Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Mel Ingram Field on the campus of Grants Pass High School in beautiful Grants Pass, Oregon. The sun is starting to set beyond the horizon. It's a beautiful sight from high atop the press box here at Mel Ingram Field, where we get a great view of tonight's contest. The Roseburg Indians are on the road looking to finish out the season with a big victory. Try and get that first win in conference play coming up tonight. And they make the trek down here to Grants Pass, where the Cavemen, thanks to a couple of wins and a difficult schedule, have a pretty good power ranking and look to try and make it into the Columbia Cup playoffs starting next week. Roseburg and Grants Pass, two teams looking to try and get some positive momentum at the end of a difficult season for both teams. A combined 3 wins between the two squads. But tonight could be a pretty competitive matchup and should be a fun one. We'll see how things play out for our two teams here this evening. It's a lengthy rivalry between these two squads. The 104th meeting between these two teams, dating all the way back to 1921 when the Roseburg Indians took 2 games that season against the Grants Pass Cavemen. Kind of crazy to think that this rivalry between these two Southern Oregon schools dates back more than 100 years. And a lot of matchups between the two teams coming into the matchup. The Grants Pass Cavemen lead the overall series in this one. 52 wins to 44 losses, 7 ties between the two teams in the previous 103 meetings. We'll see how this one plays out here tonight. I don't believe we'll be going home with a tie, but we'll definitely look to see the Roseburg Indians come away with a win. They're getting ready for the national anthem. It is senior night for the Cavemen, so let's go ahead and use a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll continue to look at the matchup here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use this, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable, veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
They will recognize a number of seniors on this year's roster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I counted 17. I feel like I might have counted 18 once before. But nonetheless, a rather large senior class for this Grants Pass team. But in the conversation that you might have caught here just moments ago on the Score for the Friday night pregame show, talking with Coach Brad Page for the Cavemen. It might be a large senior class, but they don't necessarily have a ton of experience on the roster. They didn't bring back a lot of players that were starters last year, so they've definitely been trying to learn on the go this season, and that's something that Roseburg fans can understand. It's been kind of the case for Roseburg a couple of years in a row. So a Grants Pass club that good numbers, good size, but maybe a little bit inexperienced on Friday nights leading into the season, and they've figured some things out. It's been an interesting year. You look at some of the numbers and you think, okay, this Grants Pass team is maybe not the most difficult team in the conference. Their win-loss record, obviously, at 2-6 overall, not the strongest there. They averaged 12.1 points per game, only 192 yards of offense a game for the Cavemen, but they somehow have managed to pick up a couple of pretty significant wins. They started out the season with a win against Del Norte from California, and that was a early 20-6 win in the season opener for Grants Pass, at least. I'm not sure if it was the season opener for Del Norte, but according to the record posted on OSAA.org, Del Norte down in Northern California has gone 5-1 on the season, which would lead me to believe the only loss on the season for Del Norte would have been against Grants Pass. Well, that sounds like a pretty strong team there that Grants Pass picked up a season opening win against. The other win was against a North Salem team that was looking like a very dangerous team. Now, since Roseburg played North Salem earlier this year, back on September 15th, I haven't kept up with North Salem to find out if there's maybe been any significant injuries or anything else there, but they've kind of tailed off since that meeting in Week 3 of the season for Roseburg and the North Salem Vikings. And North Salem ended up losing to Grants Pass 29-22, the final score in that one. So it looked like some really impressive wins on the schedule because North Salem looked like they might have been a team that could have been a conference title contender. They definitely look like a playoff team, and that was a big win there for Grants Pass in a 29-22 victory. But then they've had a number of losses, including a 49-0 loss last week against Sheldon. And obviously we mentioned some of the numbers on their offensive side of the ball. They're also giving up a decent number of points this season as well. But last week for Grants Pass, it was a 49-0 loss here at home against Sheldon. And that was the second time this season that Grants Pass has been shut out on the year. Sheldon got a pick six to start out the game and then finished with 3 INTs of quarterback Jordan Rosetta, the freshman, 6'4", 190 pounds. Boy, wouldn't you love to have a class of freshmen listed at 6'4", 190? Sheldon would get that win, and they would stay undefeated in league play and stay in the running for the league title along with South Salem. 2 of those 3 interceptions were returned for touchdowns for Sheldon in that win over Grants Pass. Sheldon led 28-0 at halftime. Grants Pass managed just 170 yards of offense in the loss against the Irish. But Sheldon has that power to do that to a lot of teams around the state, and they did it there to Grants Pass last week. Meanwhile, Roseburg last week was shut out for the first time this season. It was a 35-0 score in favor of South Medford. Both teams struggled to get the offense going early on. It was a scoreless first quarter, and Roseburg really played pretty well in that opening period of the ball game. Both teams' defenses were looking pretty strong early on, but South Medford would take the lead. They like to ground and pound. They're not going to be a team that throws the ball around the yard a lot, and they did so. They ran 1 play to finish out the first quarter and then 14 more to start out the second quarter, a 15-play drive. It took 6 minutes and 17 seconds off the clock, and it would lead to the opening score in the ball game. In 11 drives for Roseburg last week, 6 of them were 3 and out, and 4 of them were either a turnover or a turnover on downs. So only 1 drive did Roseburg end up having to drive go more than 3 plays, and they didn't turn it over or turn it over on downs at the end of it. It was a tough one offensively. Roseburg had their lowest offensive output of the season, just 47 yards. Now, there was a 29-yard mishandled snap that went through the hands of the quarterback, Corey Kimball, and dropped all the way back and Roseburg would turn that one over, so that loss of 29 yards on a mishandled snap definitely ate into the total yardage, but even still with that, Roseburg didn't break 100 yards of offense last week. A tough one there. They only had the ball for 18 minutes and 18 seconds. Now, a lot of that is due to South Medford and their style of play. They want to ground and pound, and they'll eat up yardage and clock. But overall, not an offensive night for Roseburg. Their punter, Jacob Michael, was our player of the game. He had 7 punts for an average of 38 yards. He did really well kicking the ball, helping flip the field, and help set up the Roseburg defense with a good position, trapping South Medford deep on their own half of the field. Unfortunately, the Roseburg defense just out there so much that they kind of started to wear down as the second half wore on. Jacob Michael, our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game last week, the 38-yard average on his punts, had 3 punts that would be downed inside the 15-yard line out of those 7. So 3 of them, and then 1 was down inside the 20. So he had a pretty strong night punting, but it's not necessarily always the biggest endorsement of a team when your punter is the guy that is listed as the player of the game. But I want to recognize special teams there because Jacob Michael definitely was a big part of that game and trying to help the Roseburg defense out by flipping the field. So 2 teams coming off of not scoring last week. We'll see if the offenses can get off the schneid here tonight. You would like to think with the way things look like on paper that these 2 teams might have an opportunity to get some things rolling and start to feel good about themselves after a tough week last week. Looking at the playoff picture, well, we'll do that here when we come back. They're recognizing the seniors down on the field for the Grants Pass Cavemen, and we will be closing in on kickoff to this one here in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and take another 2-minute timeout here during the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. That is Roseburg Disposal. Joey Keyran here with you as we count down to kickoff. Roseburg and Grants Pass. We take another 2-minute timeout. We'll come back and look at the postseason picture for both Roseburg and Grants Pass here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Coached track, cross country, and softball. Leslie graduated in 1992 as an outstanding softball player that left Grants Pass High School holding 3 records: most strikeouts in the season, most wins in the season, and most career wins. Your honorary captains, Wayne Morrow and Leslie Morrow Clark. to a Grants Pass finals.
The coin toss has happened here at Grants Pass High School, Mel Ingram Field. It will be Grants Pass getting the football to start out the ball game. Quickly taking a look kind of at the postseason kind of prognostication here. Roseburg, I think it's pretty simple. They've got to win and then keep their fingers crossed. That is the best option for them. They need to move up at least 4 spots in the OSA power rankings to try and get to the top 32 to give themselves a chance at trying to get into that Columbia Cup playoff bracket. And so win tonight and then keep your fingers crossed. Coming into tonight, Grants Pass was number 23. That squarely puts them into that Columbia Cup playoff field. I would imagine a loss tonight here at home doesn't necessarily drop them enough to fall out of that Columbia Cup playoff picture, but I guess crazy things can happen here at the end of the season. Let's go ahead and take one more final 2-minute break. That does it for the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. We come back with your kickoff here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google-certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Thanks for tuning in to today's broadcast of Roseburg High School.
Well, it's just about time to get this one underway. Tonight's ball game brought to you by the Neal Company Real Estate. Find available properties and rentals available online at nealco.com. Roseburg will be kicking left to right on your radio dial for those that might be tuning in and listening. Roseburg in the white uniforms tonight with the black numbers on the front and the back of the jerseys outlined in orange. White tops, white trousers, the black helmets with the orange face mask for Roseburg. On the other side, receiving, moving right to left on your radio. Blue tops, white trousers, white numbers on the front and the back with the white helmets for the Grants Pass Cavemen. Final game of the regular season as we wrap up this 2023 schedule. And it'll be Grants Pass and Roseburg squaring off for the 104th time in school histories. Jacob Michael will kick it off. A toe punt that goes to about the 18-yard line, picked up by the return man for Grants Pass. He's going to angle here to the near side, tries to cut it up the middle of the field, and out past the 30, out near the 35-yard line is where things will set up after the return for Grants Pass. The Cavemen come out with the offense on the field. They've got a freshman quarterback in Jordan Rosetta that is set to take the field. He'll start with the football at his own 34-yard line. It'll be Rosetta to break the huddle for the Cavers. They like to be pretty balanced. They will run and pass pretty evenly, according to their stats. Rosetta in the pistol, now motions the man out of the backfield. Gage Blay to his right in shotgun. He'll get the snap, hand it off. No keeper for the quarterback, runs over the right side, and this is not the quarterback Rosetta. Instead, they're going to go with the sophomore who has been out there at times. They mix it up a little bit for us on the opening possession of the night. Nathan Bassett had started at quarterback some throughout the season, but they've been going more with the freshmen. They moved the ball out to the 46 on that run by Bassett. And for Bassett, that is a pickup of 12 on first down. This time they will give it off to Blay. He'll run right side. Gage Blay will pick up about 1 to the 47-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and 9. Blay's first carry of the night. Last year he had a huge night for Grants Pass. Gage Blay had 4 rushing touchdowns a year ago against Roseburg. Have a player that has to come off the field for Grants Pass. Matthew Klinger heads to the sideline, one of the seniors a bit up on the front line for the Cavemen, which is a big front line for the Cavers. 2nd down and 9. It is Rosetta at quarterback. Moves Blay to his left, and he tries to use the hard count. Will get Roseburg to jump. Watching the broadcast of the game last week against Sheldon, and it was mentioned that Grants Pass likes to try and use that hard count to try and get the defense off, and they are able to do so on that one. A penalty on Roseburg moves the ball to the 48 into Roseburg territory. Pick up here after the 5-yard penalty. Blay sets up to the left. 2 targets to the left side, tight end out there, and an H-back. Fake the handoff, go on the quick pass route, caught into the secondary for Grants Pass, and the catch will move the chains, and that is Connor Johnston, the junior, that will move the chains. They put the ball down to the Roseburg 28-yard line, a pickup of 20 through the air, 1st down for Grants Pass. Byron Irving comes up on the stop for Roseburg. Looking to pass again for Rosetta. Has time, rolls out to the right side, and he will just throw that at the feet of one of his receivers. Didn't necessarily see a man in the area of that one, but honestly, I was looking at a couple of different things there, so might not have seen that one completely accurate. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Clock stops with 10:16 to go here in the first quarter. They set up with tight end to the left, H-back, that's Johnson to the left. He resets to the right side with 2 targets spread out that way. Handed off to Blay. He'll run up the middle, burst into the secondary level. It looked like Akers and Reitman, the 2 stud linebackers for Roseburg, coming up to help make the stop. The run by Blay will make it 3rd down and short, about 2 yards to go as the ball goes to the 20. That was a pickup of 8 for Blay. They've only got 2 yards to go. He sets up to the left of Rosetta. They try to go with the hard count. Roseburg stays on side. 2 targets to the near side of the field. Hart and Bassett spread out that side. Rosetta will change the play at the line of scrimmage. Sets back up in shotgun. 3rd and 2. Give it to Blay, running right side. He'll find a way to slip through at the tackle, and he will make the 1st down yardage to gain down to the 15, and it's 1st and 10 for the Cavemen. Pickup of 5 on the ground for Blay. His 3rd carry of the night, and it's into the red zone here for Grants Pass. Cavers set up with 2 targets spread out to the left of the formation. Clock running down to about 9 minutes to go here in the opening period. 1st and 10. Handed off, Blay running left side, trying to stretch it, gets around a diving tackler, gets to the edge, the ball comes out, jumping on top of it. Cole Carnes able to get back on top of that football. So a fumble on the play, but keeping possession is Grants Pass. The ball stays at the 15. No gain on that one for Blay. Ball got poked out there at the end of it. 2nd down and 10 from the left hash mark now. Twins to the right side of the formation. Johnston, the H-back, set to the left side of the line with the tight end in front of him. Shotgun snap high, handed off, running through the right side of the line. Picking about 4 yards, about 4 yards down to the 11-yard line on that carry. It is Pete Amoitai, a senior who's had a pretty nice year. He picks up 4, and it makes it 3rd down here for the Grants Pass Cavemen. They need about 6 yards, probably 4-down territory here. We'll see if Roseburg can pick up a stop early in this one. Their defense has done well with their backs up against the goal line at times this year. High snap, fake the handoff, looking to pass with pressure, throws it away in the middle of the field. It's picked off for Roseburg, and they will return it out to the 10-yard line. Interception on an ill-advised pass, and that is Landon Hodges with the interception. Roseburg gets the turnover on the opening drive of the ball game, and Hodges, for him this season, that will be his first interception of the year. And Roseburg returns it out to the 10-yard line. They will have it at their own 10 with 7:36 to go here in the first quarter. Out to lead things for Roseburg is quarterback Owen Bentia. Looks to pass on first down, gets it away as he gets hit. The pass a little high, intended over the far side. I believe for Brody Robinson on that one. He was the intended target, incomplete. Able to get the pass off just in time was Bentia, but his pass a little high, and he took a hit as he released. 2nd down and 10 for Roseburg. Move a man in motion, snap, give it to Caden Eckel, the senior, through the middle, finds some space, bounces off a tackler, and he'll pick up good yardage on 2nd and long. He moves it out to the 17-yard line, a pickup of 7 for the senior Caden Eckel, who is 115 yards away from hitting 2,000 for his career, which would put him in pretty good company at Roseburg High. We'll talk about that tonight as we do. Keep our fingers crossed. He has a huge night for Roseburg here tonight. Empty backfield. 5 wide. Trips to the right side for Bentia. 3rd down and 3. And movement up front. They go on the hard count. It's against the defense, and Roseburg will move the chains on 3rd down and short. They get Grants Pass to jump, and the Cavemen will give up 5 yards for the first down. Ball out to the 22. And so Roseburg will have a fresh set of downs. Clock continues to run with 6:40 to go here in the opening period of tonight's ball game. It's brought to you by Susan Gregg, Allstate Insurance. Covering all aspects of your life, contact Allstate agent Susan Gregg at 541-672-4381. Eckel in the backfield. Roseburg with H-back in on the left side. Give it to Eckel, trying to run up the middle, and not much there. He'll pick up 1 at most. Eckel, 8 yards, has now eclipsed 400 yards on the season, and he has eclipsed last year's total of 402. With 8 yards, he's up to 405 on the season. And again, he is looking to get to 115 here tonight to hit 2,000 on the nose. Tyler Reitman will be the late man off the field for Roseburg. Shotgun snap to Bentia, rolls to his right, throwing downfield, has Robinson out there, and it's just outside of his reach. Went through the fingers for Brody Robinson. He was in the vicinity, almost had that one. He had beaten his defender, got in the inside track, but he couldn't haul it in. Not a bad pass there from Bentia. And as I mentioned, I'm running the camera and everything here tonight, so I apologize. I did miss that one. As it was launched in the air, I got caught watching. 0 for 2 through the air to start out the night for Bentia. He's facing 3rd down and 9. He will fake the handoff, passes short. It is sniffed out immediately by Grants Pass. Robinson on the catch, but Nathan Bassett is there for the tackle. Drops him back to the 19-yard line. So the loss of 4 on the play. First pass completion of the night goes for negative yardage. And now it is 4th down and 13. And it'll be Jacob Michael, who had a nice night punting last week. See if he can get a big boot behind this one. He gets a clean snap, gets the kick away. The return man set up at his own 40. He's going to let it roll away, and Roseburg will down that one at about the 37-yard line. So some movement early on that drive for Roseburg, but they can't sustain it. They have to kick it away, and with 4:58, Grants Pass will have the offense on the field for a second time, starting at their own 37-yard line. Interception thrown on the opening drive of the ball game for Jordan Rosetta. And he will take over here again on the second drive to see if he can get something going. Had him moving before he threw that one away at the goal line on the opening drive of the night. Sets up with trips to the right side of the formation, hands it off to Blay. He runs right up the middle, breaks free, angles to the far sideline. He's got some green in front of him. He's got the sideline. He's going to be pushed out just shy of the 10-yard line, and a penalty flag comes out from the way into that play. 2 penalty flags out on that drive. It looked like out at about the 12-yard line, I believe, on the run by Gage Blay. But we'll wait to see what the penalty flags are. They've got one sitting at the 24-yard line. Both flags might have been for the same reason. I only see the one on the field now. Waiting for the call from our Whitecap. Holding is the call against Grants Pass. And so they're going to count it off from the spot of the foul at the 24. So great run there by Gage Blay. So they'll mark it off at the 25. After the Roseburg penalty, it puts it back to the Grants Pass penalty, it puts it back at the 35. So that is a pickup of 32 on the ground for Blay. And it'll set up 1st and 10 for the Cavemen from the Roseburg 35-yard line. Scoreless ball game here with 4:18 to go. Counter through the middle. The delayed handoff to Blay goes nowhere. Roseburg stuffs that at the line. You've got Dylan Bradfield, Nick Parrish both there to help make the stop, and it's a tackle for loss back to the 37-yard line. A loss of 2 for Blay on that run. 32-yard play on that last run for Blay was the longest play of the game so far. He sets up in the pistol behind the quarterback, Rosetta, who motions him to his left in shotgun. Dropping back to pass, looking over the middle, and some contact at the point of the reception. It was Johnston, the intended target. Connor Johnston, though, running into one of the linebackers for Roseburg. That collision got both players a little off kilter, and the pass will fall incomplete. That makes it 3rd down. Clock stopped with 3:41 to go in the opening period. And the drive right now at the Roseburg 37. They've got to get it to the 25 for the first. Rosetta with 3 targets to his left. With the ball on the right hash mark, drops back to pass, looks over the middle, has a man open. It's Carnes. He's tackled pretty quickly, but it's going to fall forward for just enough to move the chains. They needed it to the 25. He gets to the 24. It's a pickup of 13. And Cole Carnes with his first catch of the night. Carnes, the senior, came in with 14 catches for 194 yards on the season with 3 touchdowns. 1st and 10 for the Cavemen. Ball at the 24-yard line. It's a Muay Thai in the backfield now to the right. They move Bassett in motion, give it to a Muay Thai running to the left side. He will squeeze through a couple of defenders, and he muscles his way down to the 17 to pick up 7 yards on that carry. It'll make it 2nd and 3. A Muay Thai second carry of the night. Ball will be set up on the left hash mark. 2nd and a long 2 to go. Make it 3. A Muay Thai stays in the ball game as he splits time with Gage Blay. Couple of seniors out of that backfield for Grants Pass. Delayed handoff again to a Muay Thai, spins out of a tackle. Now he bounces back to his left, and he gets tripped up. It was Akers that got his shoelaces to bring him down, and he picks up right to the first down marker at the 14. Pickup of 3 for a Muay Thai, who looked to initially be stuffed at the line of scrimmage, but then was able to move the chains as he spun out. And he almost, if not for that shoestring tackle by Akers, he might have gone at least inside the 10, might have found a way inside the 5, if not more. Grants Pass got to this position on their opening drive of the game and turned it over with an interception. They look to try and cash in here. Under 2 minutes to go in the first period, still scoreless. Handed off to Muay Thai, racing to the far side of the field, trying to stretch it out that way. Roseburg's quick defense will come up to make the stop. Hodges gets in there. Robinson over in that direction as well. Not a lot of space for a Muay Thai, and he ends up losing yardage, actually, back to the 16. So he will lose 2 yards on that play. Clock stops with the play out of bounds, 1:46 here to go in the first quarter. Still scoreless. Grants Pass in the red zone for a second time so far tonight. They set up with Blay in the backfield. They will bunch formation on the left side with 3 receivers. Carnes, Johnston, and Bassett out there. Handed off to Blay. He runs up the middle, slips a couple of tacklers, spins his way down to the 10. And Blay will pick up 6 yards. On second down, makes it third down. And they've got to get it down to the 3.5 or so. Down to the 4. So they got about 6 yards to try and go there. With that big carry on the night, Blay is now at 50 yards for the evening. With the first down, the clock is stopped. And now it is running again, 1:06 and counting. First down. Rosetta calling for it, got the defense to jump. They stay offside. Now the offense moves. So who is this going to be on here? Roseburg's defense was definitely in the zone. But they got back on side, and now they say that it was on the offense. That's a false start for Grants Pass. Back to the 15-yard line. So they lose 5, and now it's third down and 11. Clock starts after the penalty. 45 seconds to play here in the first quarter. They'll spread out. 2 targets to the left side, tight end left of the formation with the H-back Johnston set to the right side of the line. They move Blay to the left of Rosetta in shotgun. Calls for the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, looking to throw to the end zone. Overthrows it. Out of the reach of everybody through the back of the end zone. Incomplete. It was Tim Hart, the intended target, and it is 4th down for the Cavemen in the red zone. They had an empty possession that ended in the red zone on their first drive after an interception. And now they'll set up for a field goal attempt. This field goal will be a 32-yarder. The kicker is Tyler McIntosh. Placement down, the kick away. Had the distance, but a flag on the play. It's on Roseburg's defense, and this might change the approach here for Grants Pass. They were looking to try and take the lead on the field goal, which might have been good. I couldn't tell if it went through the uprights. It had the distance. It's not going to be enough for a first down, but they walk it off, and the football will be placed at the 10-yard line after the 5-yard penalty by Roseburg. It makes it 4th down and 6, and it looks like they will try to kick it again. McIntosh now will set up for a 27-yard attempt to try and make it a 3-0 lead. This kick is away, and it is good. So it's 3 for Grants Pass to take the lead here in the first quarter. So it's 3-0, Grants Pass in front. We will go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. With 8.6 seconds to go here in the first quarter, Roseburg will get the football when we come back on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For tuning in to today's broadcast of Roseburg High School Sports on the Score.
This broadcast is presented by
Flyaway Travel, Fisher's Hearth and Home, Cascade Community Credit Union,
Roseburg Honda,
BTB Moving, Susan Gregg Allstate Insurance, and also by Dr. Ullenson Randall, DC Farmers Co-op, Mountain Mike's Pizza, Roseburg Disposal,
Tim's Appliance and Mattress,
Abby's Pizza, and Chuck Swarman Family Auto.
There's 8.6 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Grants Pass takes the early lead 3-0 on top of Roseburg. McIntosh, the right-footed kicker, put it through from 27 yards out. He will now kick it away as Roseburg will get the football. It'll be to the 16-yard line. The return for Roseburg, bouncing to the near side and taken down just around the 22 for Brody Robinson on his kickoff return. So about a 6-yard return for Robinson on the kickoff. And there's 3.3 left to go here in the opening quarter. Tonight's ball game is brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. 3.3 seconds to go, 1st and 10. They move Austin in motion, give it to Eckel. He'll run up the middle, picked up a couple of yards as he's weaved his way through the blue jerseys for the final carry of the first quarter. He picked up a yard out to the 23, and that is where things will come to an end to start tonight's ball game. After one quarter of play, it is 3-0. Grants Pass in front. We'll come back after a 1-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable, veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Come back here to start the second quarter. 12 minutes on the board. 3-0 Grants Pass in front. Roseburg with the football. Facing 2nd down and 9. They tried to go with the wide receiver sweep, stretching it to the far side of the field. But tracked down, Caden Austin will get tackled for a loss. And the ball goes back to the 17-yard line. That'll be a loss of 6 for Austin on the ground. And it sets up Roseburg moving the wrong direction. It'll be 3rd down and 15 for the Indians. They set up, looking to pass, trying to set up the screen. Bentia dumps it over the middle. Catch made by Eckel, but a lot of defenders to try and elude. He'll get to the 20, and that is not enough. He'll pick up just 3. Let's see if they spot him. They'll put him down at the 21, so he picks up 4. And Eckel will make it his run. Doesn't get quite enough. It'll be 4th and 11, and here comes the punt unit once again for Roseburg. Jacob Michael out to kick it through. And he will get it away. Fair catch called for, the ball on the ground, but able to recover it is Cole Carnes, and Grants Pass will have the football. 1st and 10. After the punt, they'll have it at their own. They spotted him down at the 40-yard line. Not bad field position here for Grants Pass, leading 3-0 with 10:39 to go in the second quarter. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 40. They'll set up with Blay in the backfield behind Rosetta and motion him to the right. 10:39 to go. Handed off on a delayed handoff. Reitman got there right away. Blay able to shed him for a moment. He'll pick up about 2 yards to the 42-yard line. Short pickup on first down for Blay, who has already had 8 carries on the night. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Blay is split time back there with a Muay Thai. A couple of seniors getting a chance to run the ball. Dropping back to pass. Penalty flag out, throwing as he had a man hanging on to him. Pass away, incomplete. A penalty flag is out, and it is a penalty against Grants Pass, holding the call. It would be 3rd down and 8 if Roseburg were to decline, but it looks like they will accept the penalty. And with that penalty, it'll drop the Cavemen back to their own 31-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down again. So they go back to the 31. It's got to get it to the 50. 19 yards to go. Roseburg doing a good job there, applying pressure in the backfield on Rosetta. The freshman has made mistakes. He's thrown 6 interceptions, make it 7 now after the one on the opening drive. 3-0 Grants Pass in front, 9:52 to go. Facing 2nd down and long, looking to pass. A lot of time, nothing open. Now dumps it short, and it will one hop to Nathan Bassett. Kind of almost just a throwaway pass there by Rosetta, and the incompletion will make it 3rd down and 19, but there's another penalty flag out. So hang on just a sec. It's another penalty against the Grants Pass offense, and they're going to back him up. And I like the decision there. If you keep moving them backwards, if you can get the stop, you might be able to get some really good field position. And after a possible punt. So Grants Pass will move back to their own 21-yard line, another 10-yard loss. It is now 2nd down and 29 for the Cavemen. Set up with the tight end to the left of the formation. 2 targets out to the wide side of the field out that direction. 1 target to the right. Rosetta in shotgun, gets it. He's going to roll to his left, trying to set up. Pressure comes. He eludes one, but he can't elude another one. Nick Parrish comes in to finish off Rosetta, and the freshman is dropped at the 11-yard line. A big sack for Roseburg, and it is now 3rd down and a mile. That ball back to the 11. Another 10-yard loss. Rosetta will lose the 10 yards there on the sack. Nick Parrish has come in on the season. He has been a sack master. That's his 3rd of the year, but 9 tackles for loss for him. He got a little bit of help there. That one, the defense got a hand on Rosetta, flushed him out of the pocket, and right into the arms of Nick Parrish. It'll set up 3rd down and 39 now. Blay to the left of Rosetta, who will set up in shotgun. They give it to him on the delayed handoff, expecting Roseburg to be playing deep, and the Tribe able to sniff that one out. Dylan Bradfield makes the tackle at the 15 after a short gain of only 4 for Blay, and it'll be 4th down and 34 or 35. Whistle stop things before the punt unit will have a chance to set up out there. We'll wait to see what this could be about. Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike, against Grants Pass. And so the penalty is going to keep it 4th down, and Grants Pass will be backed up even further. 3 penalties and a sack on this possession here for the Cavemen. And the ball will be back to the 7-yard line, half the distance to the goal line. And now Grants Pass will be punting from extremely deep. Their punter will be in their own end zone. That is McIntosh. He averages 35.2 yards per punt. They've got Caden Eckel back at the Grants Pass 45-yard line. That's a decent kick. Eckel and another return man, Rackley, kind of collide, but Rackley hangs on to it. He'll angle to the near side, gets ripped down, and that's going to possibly be a horse collar tackle on the near sideline as Rackley got pulled down from behind. He limps to the sideline a little bit. Dangerous tackle on the return for Brogan Rackley. Roseburg lucky they hung on to that football, but they're able to keep possession. With 8:36, they'll have a short field and maybe get some more help here with the penalty. The ball's at the 30-yard line. It is a horse collar. So Roseburg returned it to the Grants Pass 30. And with that Grants Pass penalty, it's going to move it down to the 15, I do believe. That is where it will set up. Roseburg will have 1st and 10 from the 15 and a golden opportunity to try and put points on the board, trailing 3-0. 8:26 to go here in the first half of the ballgame. 3-0, Grants Pass in front. Roseburg's last drive finished with a punt, but the defense comes up big. 8:26 to go. Here in the first half, it's Bentia in shotgun. He motions Eckel out of the backfield, looking to pass. Going to the end zone, has a man open, diving attempt. Touchdown, Roseburg! And the Indians will put 6 on the board. Bentia connecting. I think that's Robinson. Or no. That is going to be Caden Austin. He got. It looks like Caden Austin with the catch. He came up. He's kind of gasping for air. I think he ended up maybe getting the wind knocked out of him. Jacob Michael with the PAT. It's through the uprights, and Roseburg is leading this one 7-3 on top of Grants Pass. Owen Bentia with the 15-yard touchdown pass found wide open Caden Austin, who will have his second touchdown reception of the season, and it puts Roseburg on top. Let's take a 30-second break here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, wherever.
Back here with 8:21 to go in the first half. A touchdown pass for Owen Bentia connecting with Caden Austin. And Roseburg has their first touchdown in 2 weeks after getting shut out last week against South Medford. Grants Pass was shut out last first touchdown, but they do have the 3 points on the board. Jacob Michael will be out there to kick it away. Roseburg now leading. Mark, the right-footed kicker Michael, will approach and kicks it away. Ball angles to the far sideline, picked up at the 18. The return man, a stutter step, and he laid out the first guy to come and get him, but then he gets mauled. The return man for Grants Pass, and some pushing and shoving coming at the end of the play. And we'll see if there's penalty flags here, but both teams very much fired up. It was Nick Parrish, the guy that took a big hit on the return. Penalty flag is out. I want to say that was a Muay Thai on the kickoff return on the far side. And we'll see how this one plays out here. Just a big hit on that far side. It was a clean hit. It was the return man that laid out the defender. Personal foul is going to go against Grants Pass. And a personal foul against Grants Pass. So that's going to back them up after a return that took them out to about the 26-yard line. The officiating crew will assess the Cavemen 2 personal foul penalties. And Grants Pass will be moving backwards. They've had some penalty trouble here in the second quarter. Their last possession, they had 3 penalties that kept moving them back towards their own goal, and then after a punt, a penalty that helped Roseburg move 15 yards closer, and their first play on that drive, Roseburg scored a 15-yard touchdown pass that got them the lead here in the second quarter. They're going to put the football down to the Grants Pass 7-yard line, it looks like. So the Cavemen are going to be back up against their own end zone, and we'll see if they can get something going. Trailing 7-3. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Rosetta moves a man in motion from left to right. That's Bassett. Handed off, running it to the left side. This is Amoitai. He is the guy that did lay that big hit on the kickoff return. And Amoitai is able to carry for about 3 yards out to the 10-yard line. So the guy that kind of got the sideline into it, Amoitai on that kickoff return, laid the big hit on Nick Parrish. He gets the first carry. I don't see Parrish out there, so hopefully he is okay. Kind of looked a little wobbly going to the sideline. I can't see the trainer's table from where we're at here, so no idea if he is getting attended to or if he's just on the sideline for a moment. Hopefully he'll be back in this game. The senior has been big for Roseburg's defense. After the short gain, second down at about 7. A low snap picked up. Man open in the middle. And a big hit by Byron Irving knocks the ball loose out of the hands of Connor Johnston. And that'll make it an incomplete. Byron Irving coming up and laying the hit on that one. And Roseburg's guys were telling me going into today that or not go this week at practice, a couple of guys saying, hey, look, it gets a little chippy against Grants Pass. That's why we like playing these guys, because it's a battle out there. Third down and 7. Bassett moves from right to left of the formation, dropping back to pass out into the flats, caught by Blay. He tries to juke out some defenders, eluded one man, got to the sideline, diving for the front stick. Unable to get to the first down marker. They put him down actually quite a bit shorter than I thought he was going to be. They give him to the 13-yard line. That pass complete for 3 yards. And it'll be 4th down. So once again, and Caden Eckel deep to return at the 50. You've got Rackley is kind of a mid-return man. They did collide on the last punt, but thankfully Rackley was able to hang on to it. The snap goes over the head of the punter. The ball's in the end zone and able to get the ball away. The return will take a great roll for Grants Pass. Wow, what a play for McIntosh. The punter, Tyler McIntosh, able to collect himself and get a kick away, and it takes a great Grants Pass bounce and will set up Roseburg in their own territory. That could have been disaster for the Cavemen. Instead, McIntosh gets a boot on it from the end zone, gets a great roll, and Roseburg will have to start at their own 40-yard line. But the Indians do lead this one 7-3 here in the second quarter, 6:17 to go, and the offense back out on the field for the Indians. Owen Bentia in shotgun, looks to the sideline. Eckel back there with him. He pitches it late. Eckel gets it, carries to the far side of the field. And Caden Eckel will get it out to the 43-yard line. Makes it 2nd and 7 after a 3-yard gain. Ball shy of midfield at the 43. 5:53 and counting. Roseburg would love a drive that finds the end zone and wears out the rest of this first half clock. They'll get the ball to start the second half. Bentia fakes the handoff to Maverick Akers, who's in, throws down the sideline. Diving attempt. Did he pull it in? He came up with the football, and it is a catch for Dane St. Clair. And now a penalty flag out at the very end of that one. Dane St. Clair comes up with a huge grab down the far sideline. They're going to spot the football at the 27 into Grants Pass territory. That would be a 30-yard pass completion if it stands. Personal foul unsportsmanlike against Roseburg. I think St. Clair might get called for celebrating, but it is a first down. So Roseburg will get the penalty against them. It does not negate the 30-yard completion for St. Clair. He's a burner. They like to see him down that sideline like that, and he comes through there. Ball moves back to the 42-yard line. Still Grants Pass half of the field for the Indians with a first down. Bentia in shotgun. They go on the delayed handoff to Eckel. Things open up. He bursts through the left side, carries a defender down to about the 25-yard line. And that will be a big pickup on first down. And excuse me, I said Eckel. That was Akers on the carry down to the 25. So that'll be a 17-yard pickup on the ground for Maverick Akers, who didn't have a touch last week. He comes in and gets one there. Maverick Akers moves the chains, 1st and 10 for Roseburg at the 25. Building some confidence here. Akers heads to the sideline. Reitman gets a chance to be in the backfield. You've got Robinson to the left along with McLean Stedman, who's wearing number 3 tonight. Give it to Reitman. He'll burst up the middle. He lets some tacklers bounce off of him as he carries to about the 15-yard line. And we'll see if it's enough. It's going to be second down as they give him just to the 16. He'll pick up 9. So Tyler Reitman on his first carry of the night gets 9, and it'll be second and a yard. Set up with Reitman to the left. Handed off. He'll get the first down as he muscles his way inside the 15-yard line. And it'll be down to about the 13. Pickup of 3 and a first down on the carry by Tyler Reitman. Getting word that the video stream for YouTube is a little choppy. We're doing just what we can. Not sure exactly why our internet feed continues to be a little bit in and out and inconsistent here tonight. But hopefully it'll clear up for us here as we go on. 1st and 10, handed off to Reitman, lowers the shoulder, gets upended as he takes it down to the 11-yard line. Bruxton Lier there for the tackle. 2-yard gain for Tyler Reitman. Cold one out here tonight. Apologize for the sniffles. There's a short gain of 2 yards, 2nd and 8. Football with the nose of the ball at the 11. Stedman moves in motion from left to right. Reitman remains in the backfield to the right of Bentia. Fake the handoff, rolling to his right. Bentia looking downfield. Pressure coming. Will loft it towards the end zone. There was some fighting and hand fighting on the sideline. The pass out of bounds. And it'll be an incompletion there for Bentia. Owen had completed 4 consecutive passes, including that 30-yarder to Dane St. Clair that set up Roseburg in Grants Pass territory here on this drive. Roseburg now facing 3rd down and 8. After the incompletion stops the clock with 3:02 to play. They'll break the huddle. Reitman to the left of Bentia. Stedman alone on the left side. Trips to the right side. Could be 4-down territory for Roseburg here. Handed off to Reitman. He'll run up the middle. Got hung up at the line of scrimmage. Tries to muscle his way forward, but that big front line for Grants Pass won't let him get more than just a couple of yards down to the 8-yard line. A pickup of 3 for Tyler Reitman. And that does get the clock moving down to 2:47, but they call a timeout. Grants Pass does, and I was wondering if that might be the case. Let's go ahead and put a 30-second timeout on the board. We will take a break. We'll come back with the 4th down decision for Roseburg here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The beauty, the adventure, and all the unique surroundings that the Umpqua Valley has to offer with the Neal Company Real Estate. Serving Douglas County since 1977, we're a veteran-owned company with experienced agents who are ready to walk you through the real estate process. We are passionate about helping people buy or sell their dream homes because they're our neighbors, and we like to see our community thrive. Live the Oregon dream in the Umpqua Valley.
Back here at Grants Pass High School, 2:47 to play in the first half. Roseburg leading 7-3, and it's a fourth down decision. It looks like the offense will stay on the field, although an interesting formation. They've got all sorts of linemen to the left. I don't know what to do. Bentia has 4 men in front of him, has Austin move in motion. They'll give it to Austin. He bobbles the handoff, rolling to the right side, and Roseburg gets cute, can't get anything out of it. The tackle dropped to Austin back at the 10-yard line. He'll lose 2 on fourth down, and Roseburg turns it over. So instead of maybe trying to take a field goal, they try to run a trick play, unable to convert. There's 2:41 to play here in the first half. Grants Pass will have it, backed up in their own territory once again. They've been back in this area quite a bit here in this second quarter. The Cavemen will have it, trailing 7-3. Offense heads up to the ball on the left hash mark, moving left to right. They've got Jordan Rosetta, the freshman, in at quarterback. Calls for the shotgun snap. Fakes the handoff. He's rolling to his left. Tries to set up the pass. Airs it out and almost picked off by Robinson. But Cole Carnes comes back, gets a shoulder pad on Robinson as he tries to collect the pass in, and he cannot hang on to it. So the pass will drop incomplete. That was a chance at an interception. That would have been the second on the night for Roseburg if they could have hauled it in. Logan Hodges had one earlier. That one was Brody Robinson on the try. He gets a pass breakup instead. Second down and 10. Jumbo set to the right of the line of scrimmage for Grants Pass. They've got 3 receivers just to the right of the line with the tight end to that side. A lot of blockers that way if they elect to use it. They will fake the handoff. Rolling to his left again is Rosetta. Pressure coming. Penalty flag out. He finds a man open in the middle. Catch made at the 20. Gang tackled. Whistles will stop the play. There is one penalty flag out in the backfield, and there's more penalty flags coming out. The whistles were blowing, and the pile wasn't breaking up. And a penalty flag came out as it looked like I think Carnes might have gotten shoved backwards out of that scrum. He was at the 20-yard line, and now we wait to see what will happen with the penalty flags here. There is one in the backfield I think is going to be in the area of holding. So it's an illegal formation is what it is against Grants Pass. And then a dead ball penalty, personal foul against Roseburg. So see how that all works out, but dual penalties there. I don't believe they'd be offsetting because the personal foul would be a 15. The illegal formation would not. So I think they assess the first one, then they assess the second, and it will be an automatic first down, it looks like, for Grants Pass. So they backed it back to the 4-yard line. 5-yard line. So the GP penalty took it back to the 5, and then the 15-yard penalty against Roseburg puts it out to the 20. And it will be a first down for the Cavemen. So it's been a chippy first half. The two sides being aggressive. Both teams looking to try and get a win. Roseburg trying to keep any chance of getting into the postseason alive. And Grants Pass trying to get a win against a rival and maybe bump up their ranking a little bit for that upcoming Columbia Cup. First down and 10 for the Cavemen. Rosetta in shotgun with a man to his right. Drops back to pass, looking to his left side. Went over a defender. Maverick Akers almost got his hands on that one. It goes to Cole Carnes, covered by Paxton Burke. The pass complete, goes to the 26-yard line. That'll be just the 4th completion of the night. 4th completion of the night there for Rosetta as a timeout called by Grants Pass. Let's go ahead and use that one as well. 1:40 to go. We'll come back and finish out the first half of tonight's ball game. It's 7-3. Roseburg in front with Grants Pass moving the football on 541radio.com and on the Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Back here at Mel Ingram Field in Grants Pass, where Roseburg is leading 7-3, trying to keep Grants Pass off the board in the final minute 40. And if they can do so, Roseburg will take a lead into halftime and get the ball to start the second half. Pistol formation for Rosetta, but they always motion out of it. It's a Muay Thai, in the backfield to the right of the quarterback. Throw picked off! And I believe that is Burke. Paxton Burke comes up with it. It is. I wasn't sure if it was 25 or 26, but it is Paxton Burke with the interception, his first of the season. And the second interception thrown tonight by Rosetta. And Roseburg gets the takeaway, and now the plans might change just a bit here. A minute 36 to go in the first half. Roseburg will have the football in Grants Pass territory at the 29. And they've got the football in their possession and an opportunity to try and cash in on some points. Bentia in shotgun, dropping back, looking to pass, going to go right side. The post route by St. Clair out of his reach, out in front of him. Had a defender on his back, could not get to that football. It will fall incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. And we'll see if Roseburg continues to try and take shots towards the end zone. Second interception of the night for the Roseburg defense. Roseburg had gone a stretch without a takeaway, but had a couple last week against South Medford. They had their first takeaway since the game against Sprague earlier on. They've got 2 interceptions so far here tonight. A minute 31 to go with the offense on the field. Bentia, pressure coming from the Cavemen, handed off, and Eckel unable to escape the backfield. Big tackle coming up and making the stop. That was Drew Garrett that came up to make the stop for Grants Pass. He violently threw Caden Eckel to the ground. Timeout taken by Roseburg as it'll be 3rd down, the ball back at the 33-yard line. And that is a loss of 4 on the ground for Eckel. That's unfortunate. The young man trying to pile it up. And we'll see if he can help break free here in this one. A minute 18 to go. Big decision coming up here on 3rd down and long. Roseburg in Grants Pass territory, but trying to use up the clock and see if they can get points before the halftime break. Speaking of the halftime break, stick with us. Coming up during halftime, we will have a look at your BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update, getting updates on that Oakland football game going on tonight. Big one for the league title. The Oakers hosting Gold Beach. Other matchups going on around the area. We'll try to get updates on those, and we will take a look at how the scoring in the first half went, as well as individual statistics from the first half of the ball game. It's 3rd down and 14 for Roseburg. They've got Reitman in the backfield to the right of Bentia. They motion him out of the backfield, looking to pass, and too high. He had Stedman open on the left side, but he overthrew him by quite a bit, and Bentia's incompletion will stop the clock with 1:14 to go. And that is the danger there, trying to move the ball through the pass. Roseburg had time. They could have run the football on this series and see if they could get some momentum, but a couple of incompletions have stopped the clock, and there's still a minute 14 to go. Grants Pass does have weapons. They could move the ball down quickly if they can get it back here. Roseburg's got the offense on the field. Stedman to the left, trips to the right side. Robinson, Austin, and St. Clair looking to pass right side. Bentia sets up. Hit as he throws, launches it deep, and that ball intercepted. It is taken away. The Grants Pass defense, it'll work a bit like a pass, but there is a penalty flag out, and it's against Grants Pass. They're going to call passing, or roughing the passer, I believe, here against the Cavemen. So hold on a minute. Personal foul, roughing the passer, goes against Grants Pass. So the interception is overturned. First down, Roseburg. I told you Bentia hit as he released, and he must have had it already out of his hand as he got wrapped up there. And Roseburg, a penalty by Grants Pass, will keep their drive going. They take it down to the 18-yard line with the penalty. And so Roseburg, fresh set of downs, a new life here before the halftime break. First down from the Cavemen 18-yard line. Bentia alone in shotgun. He'll take off running, scrambles up the middle. He gets wrapped up and spun forward down to the 15 is where they'll give him. And now a penalty flag out at the very end of it. And you've got one of Grants Pass's players, I believe that's their starting middle linebacker, Bruxton Lier, a senior, who gets pushed back by an official back to the Grants Pass half of the field. It was a run to the 15 by Bentia. That'd be good for a 3-yard gain. Dead ball penalty, personal foul against Grants Pass. And a personal foul, another one, two against Grants Pass. And it'll be first down, Roseburg. So the Cavemen have not been able to get out of their own way here tonight. Football will go down to the, let's see here, down to the 3-yard line is where they're going to spot that after the back-to-back personal foul penalties against the Cavemen. Golden opportunity here for Roseburg. High snap, give it to Reitman. Dives on the right side. He got tripped up almost to the goal line. He will come up about a yard shy. Reitman, short gain on that first down. That clock's running 31 seconds. Roseburg has 2 timeouts left, and they are going to take one. It'll be second down and goal from the 2. Only a 1-yard gain. Boy, it looked like a little bit more there for Reitman, but he doesn't get much credit. He'll pick up 1 yard, and Roseburg will call a timeout. They need 2 yards to try and extend their lead here in this ballgame. They lead at 7-3 against Grants Pass, and remember, Roseburg gets the football to start the second half. Tonight's game brought to you by Tim's Appliance and Mattress at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. And by Flyaway Travel, you can contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Give them a call at 672-5701. There's 31 seconds left to go. Roseburg just outside the end zone. They do have one more timeout in their pocket that they can use here if they can't get it in, so they could try to muscle it up. Looks like they've got Maverick Akers in the backfield. Down here practicing his kicking is Jacob Michael. I think they're trying to add some time maybe back on the clock. So waiting on that. Roseburg out there out of the timeout. Will break the huddle and go to the 2-yard line, the ball in the middle of the field. They put 39 seconds up there, so that added 8 seconds on the board. So it is at the 2, second down and goal. And Roseburg has Akers in at running back. As far as I can tell, he's the only one out there. And they'll spread him out to the left side. Empty backfield for Bentia. Trips to the right side, 2 to the left. Bentia goes up under center. They go with the quarterback sneak. And he only falls forward down to the 1. And Roseburg will take its final timeout here in the first half. So down to the 1. Bentia with a 1-yard carry. Seen some different looks out of Roseburg offensively tonight. They've got 32.9 seconds to go to possibly run 2 plays here to finish out this first half, hoping to get 6. They are 1.5 yards away from pay dirt, trying to take advantage of turnovers by the Cavemen. Grants Pass, an interception thrown on their last drive, and then really Roseburg trying to take advantage of penalties by Grants Pass. The Cavemen have been called for 3 penalties on this drive, 3 personal fouls, 1 a roughing the passer, and 2 dead ball personal foul penalties. They'll set up with Akers to the right of Bentia. 2 targets to the far side, 1 to the left. Looking to pass, Bentia rolls to the right side, dumps it over the middle, tipped up in the air, incomplete. And it's 4th down. Clock stopped with 27.8, and here comes the field goal unit out. Roseburg had chances from the 3, and they only pick up about 2 yards. That might be generous there. It's about the distance of a PAT here for Jacob Michael, who will try to kick a 20-yarder. And a timeout taken by Grants Pass. They're going to use their final timeout to try and ice Jacob Michael, who's been out there practicing his field goals on the sideline during this possession. Jacob Michael on the season, 2 of 5 on field goal attempts. And he will try to put this one through. He's got field goals made of 26 and 24 yards. This would be a 20-yarder here. If Roseburg can do this, it would extend it out to a 7-point lead here in the first half. And then they would kick it away with just a few seconds left to go in this first half for Grants Pass. Again, stick around for the halftime show. We'll recap the first half scoring, and we will get you a look at some stats, as well as a look at the scoreboard, BTB out-of-town scoreboard update. The right-footed kicker, Jacob Michael, looking to try and give Roseburg a 7-point lead. Bentia, the holder. Snap good, placement down. The kick is no good. And Roseburg will come up empty on the drive. Not sure if that ball, it looked like maybe it might have gotten blocked. Not 100% sure. But it stays a 4-point game. 7-3 Roseburg in front. Grants Pass has it with 25 seconds to go. And they will start with the football at their 20-yard line. So can Grants Pass pull off something big here in the final seconds of the first half? Roseburg has been given opportunities to try and add to the lead here in the first half, but have not been able to do so far. They do have 2 interceptions. Maybe they can force Rosetta into a mistake here in this one and possibly see if they can do some damage in the final seconds of the first half. Rosetta sets up with Blay to his right. Gives a handoff to Blay as Grants Pass may just try to run out this first half clock. Neither team with a timeout left. Blay goes to the 26-yard line, a pickup of 6 on the ground. Clock running down to 10 seconds to go. And Grants Pass looking to the sideline. That is going to be it for the first half of our ball game. At the halftime break, it's 7-3. Roseburg in front of Grants Pass. Both these offenses trying to find some footing against the defense on the other side. Right now, Roseburg's been able to score the touchdown. Grants Pass had to settle for a field goal in the first quarter. It is 7-3, our score, a low-scoring first half. We'll see what the second half has in store. Teams are going to have to go to the locker room, try to get warm. It's a cool one here tonight in Grants Pass at Mel Ingram Field. We'll come back to recap the first half for you and take a look at the BTB Moving Out-of-Town scoreboard when we come back after this 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable, veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back here at Grants Pass High School, where it is halftime. And right now, Roseburg leading 7-3 on top of the Cavemen. Roseburg trying to get their first win in league play of the season. And we'll see if they can hold on here in the second half coming up. Roseburg's had opportunities to try and stretch the lead, but hasn't been able to cash in on those opportunities. Here at the break, 7-3. Let's recap the scoring from this one. It was a low-scoring first quarter. At the end of one, it was 3-0. Grants Pass was in front thanks to a 27-yard field goal by Tyler McIntosh. That put Grants Pass up with 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. Roseburg, though, would eventually take the lead after a punt, the return to the 30-yard line, then a horse collar tackle call at the end of that return by Brogan Rackley set Roseburg up at the 15-yard line, first play of the drive, a one-play, 5-second drive, 15 yards. It was Owen Bentia connecting with Caden Austin for the touchdown, and then Jacob Michael put the PAT through for the 7 points. For Owen Bentia, that was his 10th touchdown pass of the season. For Caden Austin, his second catch of the year, and with that catch, he's now gone over 300 yards receiving on the season. Also over 300 yards on the year receiving is Dane St. Clair with his 30-yard catch tonight. He goes over 300 to 309 on his 20th catch of the season. And those two have been your leading receivers. St. Clair's been the big play guy, and Caden Austin has been the slot that has worked his way through traffic after gaining some of those quick slant passes and taking them for yardage. So Roseburg took the 7-3 lead with 8:21 to go in the second quarter. After a penalty helped set them up with short yardage, they would have decent opportunities to score. They took the ball all the way down to the Grants Pass 8-yard line, but were unable to convert and do anything with it. They would turn it over on downs. They would get the ball back on an interception that would set them up with a short field. They got the ball all the way down to the 1.5-yard line and would end up missing a 20-yard field goal attempt. So Roseburg twice has been in the red zone and unable to make anything of it. They'll see if they can do a little bit better with their efficiency coming up in the second half here tonight. At the break, 7-3, the Grants Pass marching band getting ready to set up here at the break. Roseburg will get the football to start the second half, so look forward to that here coming up. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll look at individual scoring. We're also collecting scores to pass along to you here tonight on the BTB Moving Out-of-Town scoreboard. We'll take the 2-minute break. Be back here from Grants Pass High School. I'm Joey Kieran on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Well, here at the halftime break, 7-3, Roseburg in front of Grants Pass. Let's take a look at individual statistics from the first half of tonight's ballgame. Don't forget to tune in for the postgame show where we will name your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for the Roseburg Indians, our final one of the season. We'll be passing out those Mountain Mike gift certificates here at the end of the year once we have finished out the season. So stay tuned for that. We'll see who takes the award as the second half is here to come. Taking a look at things for Roseburg, 4 completions on the night for Owen Bentia on 10 passing attempts. The big one, a 15-yard touchdown pass to Caden Austin. Dane St. Clair with a 30-yard touchdown grab. Caden Eckel, a 4-yard I said St. Clair with a 30-yard touchdown grab. He just had a 30-yard catch. It was a first down grab. Caden Eckel had a 4-yard catch, and Brody Robinson had a catch for a loss of 4. 45 yards through the air for Owen Bentia so far tonight. Caden Eckel has 5 carries for 8 yards, unfortunately. It's been kind of tough going on the ground for Roseburg so far. So with 8 yards, Caden Eckel will need 107 here in the second half to try and hit 2,000 before the regular season comes to an end. There's no guarantee, even with a win, if Roseburg will be playing next week. So I'm sure Eckel would love to have a huge second half here coming up. But Roseburg has done a nice job of mixing up guys out of the backfield. Maverick Akers has 1 carry for 17 yards, and Tyler Reitman has 5 carries for 18. So some good movement on the ground there by other backs out of the backfield as well for Roseburg. On the other side for the Grants Pass Cavemen, Jordan Rosetta, the freshman quarterback, has, let's see here, 4 completions on 12 passing attempts for a total of 42 yards and 2 interceptions. He has connections, 2 of them with Cole Carnes for 19 yards, 1 pass to Connor Johnston for 20, and Gage Blay has 1 catch out of the backfield for 3 yards. The 2 interceptions, 1 goes to Landon Hodges and 1 interception to Paxton Burke. On the ground, Gage Blay has 62 yards on 10 carries. He did get more than half of that on the ground on 1 carry, a 32-yard gain on 1 play for him. That play could have been more, but a holding penalty downfield ended up cutting that run a little bit short. So he got credit for 32, and then the penalty ended it there and backed Grants Pass up from there. But 62 yards on 10 carries for Blay, 15 yards on 5 carries for Pete Amoitai, the pair of seniors there. And then you had Rosetta, he got sacked for a 10-yard loss. Also you had Nathan Bassett. He had the opening carry of the ballgame for 12 yards. So that is a look at how things have played out in the first half of tonight's ballgame. And again, we'll have a look at the Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game coming up at the end of the contest. We've gotten a few scores to pass along to you here tonight, so we'll hit that when we come back. Don't go anywhere. The halftime show is on. The Grants Pass Marching Band out on the field performing for us here tonight. They always have a large group with the dance team as well as the marching band. They always put on a pretty decent show. Have been a very good program through the years. They have a large group out there. I'm very surprised with how many numbers they have both in the band and the dance team. So good job there for Grants Pass. They have put together a solid squad for the halftime entertainment. And they are performing for the home fans on the other side of the field here at Mel Ingram Field. It is a chilly one tonight. I'm very happy. I forgot at first to grab my jacket as I went out the door here earlier today. Glad I went back home before I left to grab my jacket, some gloves, and a stocking cap. Boy, it sure feels colder than 42 degrees here in Grants Pass tonight, but it's probably our coolest temperatures of the season at one of our Friday night football games so far this year. We'll see if things heat up for the second half. 7-3 our score at the break. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and we come back with the remainder of the halftime show here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Thanks for tuning in to today's broadcast of Roseburg High School Sports on The Score.
This broadcast is presented by
Flyaway Travel, Fisher's Hearth and Home, Cascade Community Credit Union, Roseburg Honda, BTB Moving, Susan Gregg Allstate Insurance, and also by Dr. Ullenson Randall, DC Farmers Co-op, Mountain Mike's Pizza, Roseburg Disposal, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Abby's Pizza, and Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair.
Time break. It is Roseburg leading 7-3 on top of Grants Pass. And we are seeing a bit of an extended halftime. It is senior night. I don't believe it's homecoming. I would imagine not. I don't think they've seen any homecoming stuff going on. That would add to it. We've seen that a couple of times so far. But looks like about 6 minutes to go before the halftime break. I believe they put 3 minutes back on the clock here at the halftime break, and then teams will get a chance to come out and start warming up here during this one. But while we've got the time here at the break, it's time to take a look at our BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update. If you have an upcoming move taking you out of town, reach out to BTB Moving, providing labor services for your moving needs. That's BTB Moving. They're veteran-owned, affordable, dependable, efficient, and careful. They've got senior and veteran discounts available. Book now at 541-315-0122 or find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. Well, here, taking a look at things from the conference, the Southwest Central Conference, Special District 1 that Roseburg and Grants Pass are in. People have gotten creative with the name because it's been a conglomeration of two different conferences out of Salem and Southern Oregon. Tonight, West Salem and Sheldon squaring off. The only score we have other than our own to pass along. 14-14 at halftime. Sheldon and West Salem tied. Sheldon trying to stay undefeated in league and finish with a See, this is the thing with the new conference. I don't know if there's what the tiebreaker might be. You've got Sheldon and South Salem didn't play each other during the regular season, so you don't have a head-to-head tiebreaker between the two teams, but they could both finish undefeated in league play. So I don't know what the tiebreaker would be there, but Sheldon's going to need a second half. They were tied 14-14 at halftime in that one. The other matchups going on tonight, you've got North Medford and South Medford in the black and blue game going on down at Spiegelberg Stadium. That's a big one there for kind of positioning in the conference, as well as the power rankings for those two teams as they look forward to the playoffs. Going into tonight, South Medford had the better record and the better power. North Medford had the better record at 5-1 in league and 6-2 overall. They were ranked number 14 in the OSAA power rankings. South Medford is 6-2 overall as well, but 4-2 in league. And South Medford number 15 in the power rankings. That'd be good enough to get both those teams into the 6A state playoffs for the state championship. But we'll see how things are affected by the outcome of that black and blue game going on tonight. Might drop either North or South out of the top tier playoff into the Columbia Cup secondary tier playoff at the 6A level. West Salem, they would have a big chance to get that win tonight. They should be good to get into the postseason, but maybe with a win over number 9 ranked Sheldon, that might be enough to jump them into the top 16 and get into the state championship tournament. Sheldon was number 9. South Salem was number 8. South Salem is taking on North Salem tonight. North Salem, a team that looked really strong early in the season, but it seems like it's had some struggles here as the season has gone on. North Salem at 5-3 on the year, 3-3 in conference play. South Salem undefeated at 8-0. So those are the matchups in the conference here tonight, but the only halftime score we had to pass along was West Salem and Sheldon tied at 14. The only other scores, so for local scores around Douglas County here tonight, Gold Beach and Oakland squaring off for the league title tonight. Oakland won it last year with a win against Gold Beach in the final game of the regular season. And to this year, both teams go into the matchup undefeated in league with just one loss on their overall record for both teams. And at halftime, it was Oakland leading 16-0 on top of Gold Beach. So a good start in the first half for the Okers as they try to win that league title. And here's an update. With 5:24 to go in the third quarter, Oakland leading 24-6 on Gold Beach. So that is great there for head coach Ben Lane and his crew there at Oakland. And a win tonight. Coach Lane told me he did some of the math. He thought there's a chance they could move to number 2 in the power rankings if they get the win tonight. And that would be huge. That would give them home playoff games all the way up to the semifinals if they were to make it that way. Elsewhere around Douglas County tonight, at halftime, it's 34-0 Lakeview in front of Sutherland. So Lakeview, now we knew that'd be a tough test there for Sutherland. Lakeview leading 34-0 at halftime, and that one from over in central southern Oregon. Also tonight from around Douglas County, South Umpqua hosting Cascade Christian here this evening. North Douglas Yoncalla at Reedsport. You've got Glide at Illinois Valley. Camas Valley hosting Myrtle Point. And Riddle hosting Prospect Charter Butte Falls. So that is a look at the games going on here tonight for our local teams. And we'll see what everything works out. Let's see if I might be able to get a couple of scores on some of these things here for you real quick. Let's see if I can pull up some streams going on for other matchups. Of course, at a commercial break for South Umpqua and Cascade Christian. Let's see if I can go back a little bit. At the halftime, actually fairly close, 14-6. Cascade Christian in front of South Umpqua at the halftime break from Kent Weigel Stadium in Tri-City. So right now, South Umpqua hanging with Cascade Christian, who's undefeated and one of the top teams in the state. That's pretty cool there to see that one. Let's check in on that Black and Blue Bowl going on. They're in the third quarter, and it is 7-0 North Medford in front of South Medford in the third quarter of the Black and Blue Bowl going on at Spiegelberg Stadium. So there's a couple more scores to pass along to you on the BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update. I don't think I'm going to be able to get any other games going on for local teams that are happening here tonight. So that is a look at some of your scores from those games going on around Douglas County and in the South Central Conference. We'll see how everything works out tonight. Again, looking at the kind of playoff picture here as we look for this halftime break to wrap up. Roseburg leading 7-3 here at the break. And looking at the kind of playoff picture, Roseburg with a win tonight gives themselves an opportunity. We'll see what the power rankings say after things tonight. If they get a win here tonight, they got to jump 4 spots to give themselves an opportunity. I don't necessarily think it's out of the realm of possibility. I was a skeptic to say that it was possible, but we'll see. There's always movement in the rankings. I was talking with the radio broadcaster for Grants Pass when I got here to the ballpark tonight, and he was saying that last week after, maybe it was a couple of weeks ago, after a game, their power ranking a lot of turnover in where the teams were ranked after just 1 week of games. So we'll see. We got to see a lot of movement in favor of Roseburg if they can hold on for the win. But nothing guaranteed. Even if with a win, they may fall just shy of getting into the top 32 and working their way into the Columbia Cup. And you can say what you will about, the record. I know at 1-7 on the season, you may say that a team with that kind of a record, and look, Grants Pass on the other side has just 2 wins on their record, and they right now are squarely in the playoff picture. You may say a team like that doesn't deserve to get in, and, you may be right. It may just be ceremonial by that point, but it's another week of practice and another opportunity to be out there on the field, and that does wonders for teams to be able to continue to work and continue to bond and continue to get experiences and snaps under your belt. So we'll see if Roseburg can earn that extra week, and I may have to make some travel plans for next week if things go that direction. Wasn't expecting to do that, but we'll see how it all plays out here tonight. Somebody saying on the online video stream that it might have been Maverick Akers with that interception instead of Paxton Burke. They wear 25 and 26 there, so I might have gotten that wrong. We'll try to double-check and confirm on all of that. A lot of things going on up here in the booth here tonight, and my eyesight is not as good as it used to be, and it has never been great. So if that is the case, we'll try to get that one corrected and confirmed for you before everything gets finalized here tonight. When the season does wrap up, we'll go ahead and post the season stats for Roseburg up online at 541radio.com. So look for that when the season goes final. We'll share those so that folks can check out and see how things went for the Roseburg Indians here this year. Roseburg will be getting the ball to start the second half on the upcoming kickoff here. So we'll have that for you here in just a moment as we get ready for the second half. Reminder that tonight's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. It's definitely starting to get cold, so you might want to make a trip by Fisher's Hearth and Home and maybe look at some new heating options for your house to try and keep you warm here during this upcoming winter season. It's been pretty chilly here the last couple of nights. Got 12 minutes up on the board as we get ready to start the third quarter. It'll be Tyler McIntosh to kick it away for Grants Pass. Roseburg will be moving left to right on your radio dial. Roseburg wearing the road whites here at Mel Ingram Field. And Grants Pass in the blue tops. You've got Rackley and Robinson deep to return. The kickoff is away, and we're underway in the second half of our ball game. Down to the 5-yard line. The return man, they're going to try to run some trick. It's Rackley on the pitchback. He goes to the left side, and Roseburg able to execute their trick play there on the return. It was Robinson on the return to about the 15, tossed it back to Rackley, who stretches it to the far side and got out to the 27-yard line, it looks like, about where they're going to start him out. A little bit of a dangerous pitch there. Glad to see that Rackley hung on to it. Unfortunately, they couldn't break it for a little bit more than that. The ball is spotted at the 27, and that is where things will start here in the second half for the Roseburg Indians. They lead it by 7-3, your score. trying to get the offense going. They go with a bunch set to the right side of the formation. Owen Bentia in at quarterback with Caden Eckel to his right. The lone target on the left side, tied to the line, is McLean Stedman. Still time on the play clock. They get the snap off. It's Eckel running over the right side of the line. Spun out of one tackle, gets across the 30, and Eckel will stay on his feet and finally gets brought down close to about the 33-yard line. And Eckel will get a nice chunky yardage on first down. They get him to the 33. That's a pickup of 6 for the senior. Was looking at some of the stats. Runners to hit 2,000 yards in Roseburg careers, and this may be a little outdated as they give it to Eckel, who's trying to hit that 2K mark. He almost bust that one, but a nice wrap-up by the front line for Grants Pass. It's a pickup of 1 to the 34, and Roseburg will have 3rd down and 3 after the pickup of 1 for Eckel. We'll run through some of those names that we had. There might be 1 or 2 names that are missing on that, but we'll take a look at some of the names we have. Shotgun snap, trying to set up the screen. Pass over the middle to Eckel through his hands. I don't know if he would have escaped enough for a first down. It's going to be 4th down for Roseburg. And they unfortunately look like they'll start the second half with a 3-and-out. Some of those names, Jim Cave back in the 66 to 68 era. Jamie Skoglund, 80 to 81. Greg Fogel, 88 to 90. Rick Belden, 81 to 83. John Young, 87 to 89. Some of the guys that we have down is 2,000-yard career rushers. The kick away from Jacob Michael got a boot underneath it. It'll take a Roseburg bounce inside the 20 down to the 15. And a great kick by the punter will set up Grants Pass back in their own territory. So Roseburg unable to move the ball. They got one play that went for some decent yardage and then stalled out. They go 3-and-out to start out the second half. 10:38 to go here in the third quarter. Grants Pass with the ball for the first time, trailing 7-3, and they have it at their own 15-yard line. 2 interceptions thrown so far by the freshman quarterback, Jordan Rosetta. And we'll see if they stick with him here in the second half. They will. I kind of figured they would. They had used Nathan Bassett as a quarterback early in the season, but he's switched more to a running back, receiver, and defense player. Shotgun snap here for Rosetta. Hands it off to Blay, running up the middle. He loses some tacklers, sheds some more, and he'll bounce it to the far side. He will elude another tackler, gets out to the 45, towards the 50, and he is finally brought down at midfield after a huge run, shedding tacklers left and right. It'll be first down for Grants Pass. The football out at the 48-yard line. That is a pickup of 33 on the ground for Blay. And now a penalty flag out. And it's going to be against Roseburg. So 1st and 10. And the offside on the defense will move the football out to the other side of the 50. Roseburg's first penalty of the second half. We'll put it at the 47. Roseburg territory. Grants Pass trying to start things off on the right foot here in the second half. Rosetta with one target to the left side, bunch formation to the right side of the line, hands it off. It's Blay running up the middle. Not much there, but 1st and 5. They don't need a lot to move the chains to get a fresh set of downs. Blay takes it to the 45-yard line, picks up 2. He is nearing 100 yards on the night with a couple of big carries, a 32 and 33-yarder. Timeout taken due to an injury down on the field. I believe that might be Dylan Bradfield, the senior, and that is a big loss. He has been a big part of the defense for the Tribe. Nick Parrish, it was in the game. He just ran out on the field, and I noticed him out there, so that's great because I was worried that he might have been a little dinged up, a little woozy after a tackle or a hit made on him. So great to see that he's out there on the field. But we are now concerned about Dylan Bradfield. Hopefully will be able to stay in this ball game as trainer Lindsey Darren out there checking on the senior's right leg. With a break in the action, remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. And don't forget, we do have the video stream going on right now, Roseburg football online at 541radio.com. It's presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. We appreciate their sponsorship of Roseburg High football here on The Score. Bradfield will jog to the sideline under his own power. That is a great sign for the senior. He'll head to the sideline, looks to be all right. Lindsay will come and chat with him for a moment, but they'll check out his right leg, and I got a feeling he's going to try to stay in this game and get back out there here in a moment. 2nd down and 3 for Grants Pass. Trailing 7-3, 9:20 to go in the third quarter. Handed off, Blay angles to the outside, goes around the tackle, and will get wrapped up at about the 40-yard line. He'll pick up 5 and enough for a first down. That play initially looked like it was designed to go through the middle of the offense, but he ended up bubbling it back out to the far side of the field and picked up the 5 yards, needed to move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 40 for Grants Pass. Tim Hart, the lone target to the left side. Again, that bunch formation to the right of the line. Rosetta gets the snap, hands it off. They go on the counter back to the left side, and room to run out there, pushing his own teammates out of the way. Tackle made by Landon Hodges as Blay. It was just a tidal wave of blue jerseys going to the left side of the line, and Blay following all the blockers, and then it pushed one of his own teammates out of the way. Blay will take it to the 33-yard line, a pickup of 7 on the ground for him. He sets up to the left of Rosetta for a 2nd down and 3. Hit in the backfield by Reitman, but carries the defender for about a yard down to the 32. Blay, a big back, not easy to bring down. They've got Gage Blay listed at 5'10", 200 pounds. Pete Amoitai is big as well, 6'1", 210. He was the one that laid the hit on Nick Parrish on a kickoff return that had me concerned about Parrish's status for the rest of the game, but he's been back out there. Big 3rd down here for the Roseburg defense. If they could push back Grants Pass a little bit, might help them in what could be a 4th down attempt coming up. Got to be wary of the account here. The snap had running left side. This is Amoitai, and he does get driven back. And it's Bradfield back in the game with the tackle for loss as he wraps up Amoitai back at the 34-yard line. A loss of 2. And Grants Pass will now face a 4th down decision, 4th and 4. The ball at the 34-yard line. They've got to get it to the 30. The offense out there for the Cavemen. Roseburg looking for a stop. Got to stay onside. They don't jump. George Gibby, a quick flex. He stays onside. Looking to the sideline is Bassett. And Grants Pass is going to use a timeout. So Roseburg stays disciplined on the front line and will force Grants Pass to use a timeout. Their first here in the second half with 7:03 to go, facing 4th down and 4 in Roseburg territory, but too long for a field goal attempt. Kind of no man's land here, so seems like the right decision to try and go for it and see if they can get the 4 yards needed for a first down. Breaking the action, tonight's ball game brought to you by Dr. Lance and Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or give them a call at 541-378-6694. Clear sky here tonight. The moon back behind us has been big and bright all night long. The clear skies, though, leading to a cool and crisp night here at Mel Ingram Field. Rivalry dating back to 1921. Grants Pass and Roseburg squaring off tonight here on 541radio.com. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Dating back to 1921, Grants Pass has won 9 of the last 10, so Roseburg trying to even the score just a little bit here tonight. It's 4th down and 4 for the Cavemen. They'll set up with Amoitai to the left of Rosetta in shotgun. He gets the snap, looking to pass. He goes on the quick slant route, and catching it on his knees was Connor Johnston, and it moves the chains. They go with just a quick, easy pass, and it works for a first down to the 29-yard line. They needed 4. They got 5. Just enough to move the chains. Johnston's second catch of the night. First down and 10 for Grants Pass. Shotgun for Rosetta. With a Muay Thai in the backfield, he gets it, puts the ball in his left hand, runs left side, tracked down by Maverick Akers. And Akers will make the stop at the 24 after a pickup of 5 for a Muay Thai. Second down and 6 for the Cavemen. Clock ticking down to 6:13 to go here. That is over 4 minutes off the game clock on this drive for the Cavemen. They're trying to retake the lead. They were up 3-0 to start out the ball game. Roseburg has led 7-3 since midway through the second quarter. A Muay Thai to the left, tied into the left of the formation. They give it to him on a delayed handoff, but he cannot spin out of the tackle as Maverick Akers, the youngster, has been the leading tackler on this team for Roseburg. Akers, who is just a sophomore, has been huge on the defensive side this season for Roseburg. Leading tackler, and he comes up with a TFL there. Drops it back to the 26-yard line. A loss of 2 for a Muay Thai. He got the ball, and Akers was immediately in the backfield, and he could not slip out of it. A Muay Thai heads to the sideline as Blake comes in. It's 3rd down and 7 now for the Cavemen. Blake to the right of Rosetta. Gets the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. Looks to dump it off into the flats, and it's out of the reach of the intended receiver out there, Johnston. The incompletion stops the clock with 5:05 to play here in the third, and it's another 4th down decision coming for Grants Pass. It'll be 4th down and 7 this time, and Roseburg again has to stay disciplined up on that front line. They've got Jack Bana out there, Bradfield, Luther, and George Gibby up on the front line of the defense. Linebackers Reitman and Akers have been patrolling the middle. And the offense stays on the field for Grants Pass. Blay is the back in the backfield, Hart to the left side. Bassett is one of the targets to the right side. They fake the handoff. Rolling to his right is Rosetta. Sets up the throw. Launches towards the end zone. It's thrown short, and it's picked off for Roseburg. Their 3rd interception of the night for the Tribe, and Roseburg comes away with one. That is definitely Paxton Burke on that interception. Might be his 2nd of the night. Not completely sure on that one, but it is the 3rd INT of the evening for the Roseburg Indians. And they will stop Grants Pass once again. And they take over. I think he got, they're going to say he got tackled at the 1. I was going to say maybe a touchback, but instead they'll say at the 1-yard line for Paxton Burke, who might have just been better off knocking that football down. But Roseburg will have it at their own 1-yard line after the INT. They're going to sub Eckel out and bring in a big back. It's going to be Reitman in the backfield as Roseburg has to work out of the end zone. Bentia gets the snap, hands it to Reitman. Made one cut at the line. He got stood up at the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him forward progress to the 2. So he picks up 1. And Roseburg looking to win this battle. Roseburg trying to win this battle by just giving themselves enough room to at least maybe have a comfortable punt and at least have the takeaway to set back Grants Pass with further down. They give it off to Reitman. He angles to the left side, spins out across the 5-yard line. He made the quick move back up the hash marks. He climbs the hash out to the 7. He picks up 5 on 2nd down. That's a much-needed little breathing room for Roseburg. The ball at the 7-yard line on the left hash mark for the offense, moving out of the end zone. Reitman comes out as Akers will head in. And it is 3rd down. And Roseburg needs 4 yards for the new set of downs. Bentia in shotgun with Akers to his right. 2 targets to either side of the formation. St. Clair out to the wide side on the right of the formation, with Austin out there on that side as well. Bentia gets the snap. Going to go on the seam route. and it's off the mark, intended for Austin, just trying to throw to a spot there and throw his receiver open, and could not do it. So it'll be 4th down. And that'll send the punt unit out. But it's a win for Roseburg, the defense with the takeaway. And now if they can get a big boot here out of Jacob Michael, they might be able to push back Grant's pass and make them have to work for it here. The clock stopped at 3:35 to go in the third. Scoreless third quarter so far, still 7-3. Roseburg in front. Michael will be standing in the M on the end zone. They send pressure. He gets it away. It's a high wobbly kick, not a very deep one. It will take a Roseburg bounce just a bit out towards the 50. Wasn't sure if it might have hit a Roseburg player as it came down, but it does take a Roseburg roll out to the 50-yard line. So they do push back Grant's pass, and will have to make the Cavemen work for it a little bit more here with 3:24 to go in the third quarter. So the offense back out on the field for the Cavemen. Third interception of the night for Rosetta. The freshman is back in there at the shotgun position. Sets up with Blay to his right. Going to give it. Nope, pulls it out. And this is Bassett actually running it. And he runs to the far side of the field, and he gets taken down. Akers has been everywhere tonight. Another TFL for the sophomore. And he drops back. Bassett back to the 49 on Grant's pass, half the field. Only a loss of 1 on the quarterback keeper for Bassett. Bassett, the sophomore, had started early. He was 44 for 122 he was 44 for 122 attempts. He was just a 36% passer, had 4 TDs and 7 interceptions. So they made the change to Rosetta, who's been a little bit better, but Bassett obviously showing his versatility as a runner and a little bit of do everything. He gets dropped for a loss, though. 2nd down and 11 here for Grant's pass. Back in is Rosetta. He fakes the handoff, looks to pass over the middle. Catch made by Johnston. Still up. He loses the football, and Roseburg comes up with it. It's Akers. It's Maverick Akers with the 4th takeaway of the night for Roseburg. A fumble by Johnson after he rumbles to the 35 on the pass play. That is going to be a pickup of 16 through the air, but then the ball is fumbled out by Johnston and gives it away. Johnston with the fumble, and with the recovery was Akers, and Roseburg has the football at the 33-yard line with 2:22 to go here in the third quarter. The defense has been keeping this one in their favor. Going down the far sideline, that ball picked off. No, the ball came out at the end. They're going to say incomplete. They will. It was intended for McLean Stedman on the far side, almost picked off by Grant's pass, but the ball comes out at the end of the play, incomplete, and that works in Roseburg's favor. So the incompletion stops the clock with 2:16 to go, intended for Stedman, who has not had a catch tonight. The speedster sophomore sets up on the far side of the field on 2nd and 10. Bentia hands it to Eckel. He runs through the middle and spins forward to the 35. He will pick up 2. They continue to try and run Eckel through the middle there, and he just can't quite break through the front line. The gap's just not quite big enough for him to sustain a drive more than just a couple of yards. If he can get into a little bit of space, he is so shifty and just has such great balance that he can stay up, take contact, and he's got good speed. But running through the middle there, he's not been able to escape the grasp of the defensive line. 3rd down and 8. Looking to pass, quick out into the flats. Catch made by Eckel, and there's some space for him. He's across the 50 to the 40, and he's tackled forward. Roseburg 1st down on a big play out of the backfield for the Indians, and a penalty flag out. That one is down. It's at the 50-yard line, so Roseburg might at least get the 1st down. This might come back. It could be in the spot of like an illegal blindside block. Holding is the call from the 50. It's going to stay 3rd down. So The pass went to the 50-yard line, but then the Roseburg penalty will bring it back, and it'll replay third down. The ball will be spotted at the Roseburg 40-yard line. So a 15-yard, that'll give Eckel 15 yards through the air. They get credit for it, but the penalty does not give Roseburg the first down then. So it'll be third down and 3 now. After drawing up a big first down play, it comes back. They motion Eckel out of the backfield, looking to the right, pass back to the left. It's caught by St. Clair, and he's not going to escape. In fact, they're going to give him the forward progress to the 40-yard line. That's right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain. It's fourth down and 3. So now Roseburg, decision here. They're in their own territory. They'll have to run one more play here before the third quarter runs out. 52 seconds and counting. Jacob Michael out to kick. .44 seconds to go in the third. Roseburg leading, and Michael will get the kick, but it's blocked. And it was almost picked up by one of the defenders. He would have possibly had a big-time chance at a huge return if it could have been handled, and a couple of penalty flags have come out at the end of it all. That was Tashomi Dawson, who might have had a scoop and score if he could have handled it. But he ends up jumping on it at about the 37-yard line. The punt was blocked. We'll see what the flag establishes here. It's a block in the back on Roseburg. So that is going to count against the Tribe. Going to move them backwards and help out Grants Pass after a blocked punt. The Cavemen coming, and they got a piece of it, and will set up with good field position here. 34 seconds to go in the third quarter. Neither team has found points here in the third. It is still 7-3, Roseburg in front. They'll put the ball at the 27. So Grants Pass has it with 35 seconds to play here in this third quarter. The penalty putting it at the 27. The first down snap. Handed off. A Muay Thai bounces around one defender but will not escape more. He will go to the 26, picking up 1. So just 1 on that one on the first down carry for Pete Muay Thai. 24 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Grants Pass has the chance to maybe get one more play in. The clock running. They'll set up bunch formation to the left of the line. Second down and 9. Blay sets up to the right of Rosetta. Roseburg stays onside. They look to the sideline. 5 seconds to go, and Grants Pass will not get the snap off in time. We're at the end of 3. Roseburg and Grants Pass. Neither team gets anything on the board, and it is still 7-3. Roseburg in front. Low-scoring affair, final 12 minutes of the regular season for these two teams. We'll have it for you when we come back after this 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Gage Way all the way down inside the 15, so we're going to mark it. Oh, like a block in the back against Grants Pass. A penalty will back the Cavemen up to the 35-yard line, where it'll be second down. 18.
Back here at Mel Ingram Field, one play into the fourth quarter, but it was a hold that negated a big run by Gage Blay, and Grants Pass backs up to their own to the Roseburg 35 for second down and 18. 30 seconds into the fourth quarter, 7-3. It's Roseburg leading Grants Pass, looking to pass down the field over the middle, and it's just out of the reach. A diving attempt by Johnston, and out of the reach for the receiver. There was a hit on the quarterback, Rosetta, as he was launching that one. No flag on the field. It has been a bit of a penalty-laden ball game, and Grants Pass has been the victim of most of it. They have had a few personal foul penalties, and they've been costly to them at times, but Roseburg hasn't been able to take the most advantage of all of those opportunities. 7-3 our score here in the fourth quarter. Roseburg's been inside the 10 twice and come away with no points. They're trying to defend once again against Grants Pass here. Clock stopped at 11:23. It's third down and 18. They've got to get the football to the 18-yard line. No, make that the 17. Looking to pass here for Rosetta. He will step up in the pocket. He's able to launch it downfield. Has a man down there, but it's off of his hands. He would have had the first down and maybe been able to slip for more, but unable to hang on to it is Johnston, and it'll be fourth down. Great play by the quarterback, Rosetta. Stepped up in the pocket, but was unable. He stepped up in the pocket, launched it downfield. It was a bit of a wobbly pass, but it was there, and it was off the hands for Connor Johnston. He would have had the first down and maybe more, but it's just off his hands, and it looks like fourth down coming up here for the Cavemen. They're going to be going for it. Roseburg's got to stay on side. Spread out, Hart to the near side. 3 targets, bunched to the right side of the formation for the Cavemen. Blay in the backfield. Roseburg will send some pressure. Fake the handoff, rolling to his right. Throw downfield, caught, but going to be short of the first down, and Roseburg will get the turnover on down on the catch by Bassett. He goes down to the 26-yard line, and it is well short of the line to gain. A pickup of 9 through the air for Bassett, and it's a turnover on downs for Grants Pass. Roseburg will have the football, looking to add to their lead. It's been a 7-3 since early in the or midway through the second quarter. Offense out on the field for Roseburg with 11:08 to play in the ball game. Season might just be on the line for the Indians. They'll put the ball close to the left hash mark at the 26. Bentia in at quarterback. It's been the junior all night. He hands it off. Pulls it out from Eckel. Pass to the far side. Catch made by Robinson. He spun by one defender. Gets wrapped up and spun forward. Out across the 40 to the out to the 36-yard line. That is a pickup of 10 on that pass play to Robinson. And it'll be first down up to 70 yards on the night for Owen Bentia. Ball spotted. Actually, they give him the 37. So add an extra yard in there. It's first and 10 from the 37-yard line. Roseburg trying to march down the field. If they can eat some time up, they could start to salt this one away. Bentia hands it off. Eckel running through the middle. Things open up a little bit for him. He gets across the 40. And Eckel to the 42-yard line will pick up 5 on that one. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Indians. Roseburg looking to book in their season with wins in Week 1 and wins in Week 9. And if they do that, we'll see if it's good enough to get them into the Columbia Cup. They'll probably be one of the 32-31 if they do it, which would mean they'd be on the road against the top seed in that bracket, that 16-team bracket. In the backfield is Akers. They give it to him on the delayed handoff. Things open up to the left side. He has one tackler slip by him, and he gets across the 50 as he gets taken down. 2 defenders for Grants Pass. Wrap him up at the 49 on the Cavemen half of the field. And there is a player down for Grants Pass. On the field, slamming his fist down. Drew Garrett was in on the tackle. He's grabbing his right knee, and he's down injured on the field. And we'll have an injury timeout here at Grants Pass. That was a pickup of 9 on the ground for Akers. He is up to 26 yards on 2 carries. And he's the leading rusher tonight for Roseburg. Eckel with 22 and Reitman with 24. But Roseburg has eclipsed last week's offense total, which was minimal, to say the least. So the injured player down on the field, he's sitting up as they attend to his right leg. That is Garrett, Drew Garrett, the defender for Grants Pass. Starting to see my breath as it's coming out of my mouth here at the stadium, Mel Ingram Field. Former Roseburg coach who spent time coaching down here in Grants Pass as well. Garrett gets up and he's getting help to the sideline. He had a brace already, it looked like, on that right knee, so may already have some injury issues with that knee, and hopefully he's all right. The senior getting help to the sideline. 41 degrees. Again, it continues to feel colder than what my phone is telling me the temperature is here in Grants Pass. But 41 degrees here as the fourth quarter is underway on this Friday night, final week of the regular season for everybody in the state of Oregon. 9:40 and counting, clock running. That's going to help Roseburg out. They've got first down and 10. The ball just across the 50. Robinson moves in motion from left to right. They're going to look to pass. Got the seam route to Caden Austin. He makes a great grab in traffic, goes up to get it, gets hit immediately down at the 41-yard line. A pickup of 8 on the pass play for Austin. For Austin, his second catch of the night, had the touchdown grab, the only touchdown scored in the game so far, that one from 15 yards out. That was back in the second quarter. Roseburg took a 7-3 lead on a touchdown with 8:21 to go in the second quarter, and that has been our score ever since. Robinson moves in motion again. It'll be a keeper for Bentia. Stiff arm, runs over the left side, and he won't gain anything on second down and short, and it will be third down and short. About 2 yards left to pick up for the Indians. So what can the team draw up? Roseburg again tonight down on the coaching staff limited. Offensive coordinator not here. Head coach not here. So they've been scrapping it together here, trying to run the 3 different teams on the program. See if they can draw up a play to try and move the chains here on third and short. And the defense jumped off into the neutral zone, and that will do it. The hard count will move the chains for the Indians. First down and 10. And, boy, if they can just keep moving the chains, that is going to be huge. The clock will get running when they spot the football down to the 36. It'll be first and 10, and the clock is running once again. 8.5, actually less than that, down to 8:15 to play here in the contest. And the way this one's been going, if Roseburg can put some points on the board, things are trending in the right way for the Roseburg Indians. And break the huddle into Grants Pass territory at the 35. Spread out 3 targets to the wide side of the field. McLean Stedman, the lone target to the left. It's Reitman in the backfield. Fake the handoff to him. That ball tipped up in the backfield. And is it an interception? Yes, it is. Blay, after the offside to give Roseburg a first down, he steps in front of the pass, tips it in the air, and tracks it down for the interception. A huge play for Grants Pass. And Owen Bentia will have his first interception of the night. And it is a huge momentum boost for the Cavemen on a very athletic play out of the backfield or out of the secondary for the linebacker Gage Blay. With 7:48 to go in the ball game, Grants Pass will have the football at their own 48-yard line. Offense on the field, handed off. Blay trying to continue the momentum. He'll carry into Roseburg territory. Roseburg's been winning the turnover battle tonight, but a costly one there on a great athletic play by Gage Blay, the senior, coming up with what might be a very necessary play for this Cavemen team to try and keep their seeding for the playoffs. Blay, the pickup on first down, went to the 46, so he picks up 6 on the ground. Grants Pass trying to use some clock here. Handed off to Blay again, who will run through the middle. Got tripped up by his foot. Got a hand on one foot. It's going to be real close, and it is a first down carry for Gage Blay down to the 41. He's been a workhorse tonight. That is his 17th carry of the night. Set up with the senior in the backfield. He'll set up to the right of the freshman quarterback, Jordan Rosetta. Rosetta calls for the snap, gets it to Blay again. He runs over the left side. Tackle. That is Akers, who's again continues to be everywhere. Stops it on a short gain of about 4 for Gage Blay. The run takes it down to the 38-yard line. Pickup of 3. 7-3 ball game, 6:19 and counting. Rosetta heads up to the line of scrimmage to give the call to the offensive line. They've got 3 targets bunched on the left side of the line, 1 target to the right. They've got the tight end, Connor Johnston, set up. Oh, excuse me, that's a tackle at the end. Thought it was 18, it's 78. Johnston a part of that bunch on the left side of the line. Blay moves to the left of Rosetta. They hand it off and run it behind all the blockers over there, and it opens up. Akers out there making a tackle to try and keep Blay from breaking free. He gets to the 29 and will move the chains for Grants Pass. And the Cavemen are coming alive at the right time, trying to retake the lead in this one. That was a 9-yard carry on the ground for Blay. And Roseburg's defense has played extremely strong most of this season, really, but tonight has been very good. And they are getting asked to try and do a lot here late in this ball game. More than halfway through this fourth quarter, 5:23 and counting. It's a Muay Thai that is taken over in the backfield now. And he'll get a handoff up the middle, just buries his head, running through the middle of the line. Not a lot there for him, down to the 27 for a pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Cavemen. 5 minutes to go, and now what we were saying about Roseburg trying to salt away this game, Grants Pass has an opportunity to do it. If the Cavemen can score, they will not be leaving a lot of time on the clock for Roseburg. A touchdown would put the Cavemen in front, trailing 7-3. Give it to a Muay Thai on the delayed handoff going over the left side, and it's Akers again coming in to wrap him up at the ankles. It's down to the 26, a pickup of 1 for a Muay Thai. And now it's going to be 3rd down and long, about 7 yards to go. It is 4-down territory here, so you got to think Grants Pass hoping to try and maybe get about at least half of it here. They send Bassett off the field late. That should be a 12-man penalty. A high snap goes to a Muay Thai, and he's going to get trapped in the backfield. Some confusion there for Grants Pass as they tried to run something a little tricky. A Muay Thai gets trapped in the backfield, dropped to the 28. He'll lose 2. And it's 4th down and long. The football at the 28. They've got to get it to the 19. Can Roseburg stand tall? This could be a defensive play for the season. Hart to the left side. The bunch trips formation to the right side. Blay sets up to the left of Rosetta. Fourth down attempt. They need 9 yards. And Grants Pass will look to the sideline. Timeout taken by head coach Brad Page and the Grants Pass Cavemen. They'll have one left here in the second half. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
New to town? Starting a new chapter in life? Or settling down? The Neal Company Real Estate can help keep your property thriving. Serving the Umpqua Valley for 40 years, we manage commercial properties, apartments, houses, and storage units. Handling everything from maintenance to tenant screening, emergency services, and more, we are committed to maximizing owners' profitability while maintaining high-quality housing for tenants. Discover cost-effective, accurate, and efficient property management with the Neal Company Real Estate.
Roseburg football here on the Score, streaming online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score. Hit the subscribe button to follow Roseburg High Sports throughout the school year. Roseburg looking at a big fourth down on the defensive side, trying to come up with a stop. Tonight's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. And the video stream is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. Offense out on the field for Grants Pass, fourth down and 9. They set up. 2 backs in the backfield. They motion Blay out, looking to pass. Rosetta looking down the left side. Nobody covering the back out of the backfield, and it's off his hands. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. Gage Bly was wide open on the wheel route down the far sideline. It was there, and he can't haul it in. He made a spectacular catch on an interception that set up this drive to try and give Grants Pass the lead in the final minutes of the ball game, and he can't come up with the play that would have been at least a first down, and it would have possibly been 6. Incompletion, turnover on downs, and Roseburg has it back with 3:22 to go. They're going to have to hold on to the football, and they've got to try and move the chains a few times. Only one timeout left for Grants Pass on the night. It's 1st and 10 from their own 28. Blitz coming, handed off. Eckel running right side. He'll break free, makes one man miss with the sidestep, and he's going to move the chains out past the 40-yard line. A huge run for the senior, Caden Eckel, who really can do some damage if he gets a little bit of room to run. He'll take it to the 42, and for Caden Eckel, that run is good for 14. His longest run of the night. And now Roseburg can kind of start to milk the clock a little bit. Let Owen Bentia wait till late in the play count to snap the football. Under 3 minutes to play. Grants Pass showing some pressure from the linebackers. Blay almost jumped again. It's 1st and 10. And they will check the wristbands as the play clock winds down. They've got to get the snap off here soon. And they will not. And Roseburg was trying to call a timeout, it looked like. But they're not going to get credit for it. Roseburg does have 3 timeouts left to go, but the delay of game penalty is going to back them up here. So the Roseburg penalty puts them back at the 37-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15. Still the clock was running, so it's down to 2:36. Stopped after that penalty. They spread out 2 targets to either side, Stedman and Robinson on the left. Robinson will motion from the left to the right. They give it to Eckel again. Things open up, and he is breaking free. He's into the secondary. Angles to the left hash. Out to the numbers. At the 30, he slides down and is taken down at the 30-yard line. A huge run for the senior to move Roseburg into Grants Pass territory. And that'll put him down at the 30. That is a 33-yard run for Caden Eckel. And that will put him at 69 yards on the night. I don't know if he'll hit 2,000 tonight. There may not be enough yardage left on the field to get him there. He would need 31, 36, 46 yards left, and there's 30 left on the this half of the field. So he's 46 yards away from 2,000 as it is right now. But more importantly, Roseburg trying to get a win. I'm sure he would gladly take that versus the career milestone. They give it to him again. He'll run up the middle, and he'll climb the hash marks for a couple of yards. They put him at the 28. It'll be a 2-yard gain for the senior Caden Eckel. His best game in a couple of weeks for Eckel, and that big 33-yard run is a big chunk of it. He's up to 71. And more importantly, the clock is running down to a minute and a half to go as Roseburg tries to bookend this 2023 season with a win in Week 9. They opened the season with a huge win at home against Beaverton. That snapped an 8-game losing streak all of last year. Now they're trying to snap a 7-game losing streak here. Robinson moves in motion from left to right. They give it to Akers this time out of the backfield. He slipped one tackle, again dives forward to the 25. Maverick Akers. And timeout taken by Grants Pass after a 3-yard gain by Maverick Akers. And there's 1:04 to go. It'll be 3rd down for Roseburg when the play resumes. We're going to keep it right here. But Roseburg is looking to try and get a first down. If they can get a first down here, game over. And even if they don't get it here, they could get it on 4th down. And if they can do that, Roseburg's got 2 downs to get it. Grants Pass is out of timeouts after calling that one. So really, either they get a first down coming up on either of these next 2 plays, or they are going to leave Grants Pass with not a lot of time and a long field to try and cover. So Roseburg, they got to get the clock running here and then just let the time wind down. They've got Akers to the right of Bentia, handed off to him on the delay. He's going to carry to about the line of scrimmage. He stays on his feet. Finally, they blow the whistle, and they don't give him more than the line of scrimmage. So no gain on 3rd down and 4. But the clock is running, and no way for Grants Pass to stop it. It'll be 4th down, the ball at the 25, and they've got to get it to the 20. Roseburg, they might take this down to the end of their play clock, and when they then call a timeout, they've got 3 left. They're down to 28 seconds to go in the game. Roseburg is closing in on a win here tonight. And it would be big. It would give them an opportunity to possibly make their way into the postseason next week. Play clock down to the game clock down to 14 seconds left in the contest, and Roseburg with a 4th down coming up after a timeout. This one is getting close, folks. It might just happen tonight here for the Roseburg Indians. A valiant effort in what has been a defensive battle for these two teams. Roseburg with 4 takeaways on the offense or defensive side, and they had managed the football pretty well. A great play for a takeaway by Gage Blay was the one turnover Roseburg had. It was a fantastic play. So here we go. Roseburg trying to wrap it up here tonight. They'll call a play on 4th down. If they get the first down, game over. We mentioned that earlier, but they're going to leave Grants Pass with maybe 10 to 12 seconds left on the clock if they don't convert here. It's 4th down and 5. Shotgun snap. Akers gets it. He's going to carry to the far side. He's going to angle. He'll have it. Game over. Roseburg's going to win as Akers takes it to the 9. And Roseburg gets the victory. I think somebody threw something to the sideline. But Roseburg gets the win. Grants Pass can't believe it. Helmets coming off for players as they go to the sideline. Coach Baker trying to call for a running clock. They'll wind it, and there it is. Roseburg's going to win this one, 7-3, a victory to end the season. And Roseburg will celebrate here tonight at Grants Pass High School. A victory over their rivals. Grants Pass had taken 9 of the last 10, but Roseburg will get number 104 in the rivalry series here tonight. What a victory. The defense coming up with a huge night here tonight, and that helps spur Roseburg to the win. And now it's the waiting game. What will the rankings say when it's all said and done at the end of this one here tonight? Oh, it's going to be an interesting drive home as I wonder what the future might hold, but we're not done yet. We got the postgame coming up. Roseburg, a win on the road at Grants Pass tonight, and they get a chance to celebrate one more time. They've been battling all through the season, and, I just got to say, congratulations to those young men who get a chance to celebrate. A lot of effort and goes into it. And, boy, they earned this one here tonight. A battle on the field goes in favor of the Cavemen, and we'll come back to talk about it after a quick 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google-certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Thanks for tuning in to today's broadcast of Roseburg High School Sports on The Score.
This broadcast is presented by
Flyaway Travel, Fisher's Hearth and Home, Cascade Community Credit Union, Roseburg Honda, BTB Moving, Susan Gregg Allstate Insurance, and also by Dr. Ullenson Randall, DC Farmers Co-op, Mountain Mike's Pizza, Roseburg Disposal, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Abby's Pizza, and Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair.
Field. Final score here tonight. Your Roseburg Indians get a win to finish out the season. Roseburg will improve to 2-7 on the season. They get to 1-6 in conference play. And after a lot of tough weeks for this Roseburg squad, they come away with a much-needed victory. Needed for the team and the program to build some positive momentum going forward. And needed for Roseburg to miraculously somehow keep some hopes of a postseason berth alive. If Roseburg can jump in the rankings enough after a win over number 23 Grants Pass, they could find themselves in the first round of the Columbia Cup coming up next Friday night. The rankings freeze tonight here in a little while. The rankings, I believe, expected to freeze at about 10 o'clock once all the games go final in 6A football. And if Roseburg's 32 or better, there is the possibility that they could find themselves in a playoff matchup coming up next week. That's something else, let me tell you. Roseburg with a big win, 7-3. It was 3-0 at the end of the first quarter in this one. Grants Pass electing to go for a field goal in Roseburg territory. And the Cavemen would get a 27-yard field goal by Tyler McIntosh. And that would make it a 3-0 game with 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. That was your score going to the second. Roseburg would put a point on the board on a one-play, 15-yard drive that covered 5 seconds after a punt returned to the 30 and a horse collar tackle moved Roseburg to the 15. Owen Bentia found Caden Austin for the touchdown. The kick good by Jacob Michael, and it was 7-3 Roseburg in front with 8:21 to go in the first half. So that's 8 minutes and 21 seconds in the first half. And then 24 minutes in the second half. That is a total of 32 minutes and 21 seconds without either side scoring here tonight. It was a defensive slugfest. Roseburg would have 4 takeaways. They would get an interception by Landon Hodges on the opening drive for Grants Pass. They got another interception. I thought it was Paxton Burke. It might have been Maverick Akers. We'll try to double check and confirm either with the team or rewatch the video stream. So they had 2 takeaways in the first half on a couple of interceptions. Roseburg did miss an opportunity to stretch the lead to 7 on a field goal by Jacob Michaels from 20 yards out. Was no good. Roseburg would get another interception on Grants Pass's first drive of the second half. This time it was Paxton Burke with the interception. And so Burke was able to get the takeaway there, and that helped Roseburg out. That was right at the goal line. Then Roseburg would get a fumble takeaway. This time it was Connor Johnston with the fumble, and the recovery was Maverick Akers. Grants Pass would block a punt. That would set them up with decent field position, but they would end up turning it over on downs at the Roseburg 26. Roseburg would get it, but then an interception on a huge play by Gage Blay. He tipped it up in the air on a pass just right down the line of scrimmage, tipped it up in the air, and a diving catch to make the play. He had the takeaway, set up Grants Pass in good field position with a ton of momentum. The Cavemen would drive all the way to the Roseburg 26-yard line, but they had Blay wide open on a wheel route down the far sideline, and it goes off his hands on a 4th down attempt, and it was a turnover on downs again for Grants Pass. Many missed opportunities for the offenses on both sides, but tonight it was Grants Pass unable to convert and make up the 4-point deficit, and Roseburg would hang on a 4th down play. It was Maverick Akers who breaks free for a 16-yard run that would seal the win here tonight. So the Roseburg Indians get the win. They improve to 2-7 on the season, 1-6 in conference play. For Grants Pass, they are 2-7 as well, and 1-6 in conference play as their losing streak drops to 3 straight games. And for Roseburg, they end a 7-game losing streak. Let's go ahead and squeeze in one 30-second timeout here. We got one spot we need to get in. So let's take a 30-second break. That'll allow me to catch my breath and take a look at some of the stats here real quick. And then we will finish this one out for you here tonight from Grants Pass High School. A 30-second timeout and back after this here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Back here at Mel Ingram Field at Grants Pass High School, a fantastic one here tonight as Roseburg gets the win, and now we'll wait to see where things finish out on the season. Yeah, they did what they needed to do. They did what they could control, and that was win here tonight to give them a shot at maybe sneaking in to the postseason. Let's take a look at, we recap the scoring for you here tonight. Let's take a look at some individual statistics on the evening, unofficial numbers here tonight. For Owen Bentia, I've got him down for 8 for 18 on the night with 1 interception, 1 touchdown, and 79 yards. 2 pass completions to Caden Austin for 23 yards and a 15-yard touchdown grab. 2 passes to Dane St. Clair for 30 yards. Brody Robinson with 2 catches for, for 7 yards. And for Caden Eckel, 2 catches for 19. On the ground, Eckel finishes with 71 yards. That is shy of the 115 he needed for 2,000. He will finish out the night, 29, 34, 40, 44 yards shy of 2,000 here tonight. So here's fingers crossed that he gets a chance to play one more game and maybe hit that number. 45 yards on the ground tonight for Maverick Akers. And Tyler Reitman had 24 yards on 7 carries. here tonight as well. On the other side for Grants Pass, Jordan Rosetta was 7 for 20 through the air. He threw 3 interceptions, no touchdowns. He had 3 pass completions to Connor Johnston for 41 yards, but Johnston had a fumble at the end of one of those. 2 passes to Cole Carnes for 19 yards. Nathan Bassett had 1 catch for 9, and Gage Blay 1 catch for 3. On the other side for the rushing game, Blay on the ground had a good night. He goes for 19 carries, 133 yards. And Amoitai had 12 carries for 18 yards here tonight. And Nathan Bassett, 2 carries for 11. It's time now here in the postgame to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. And tonight that is going to be Maverick Akers. Mostly for his defensive side of the ball, but he did come up with some big plays on the offensive side, including the game-clinching play on 4th down that sealed the win here tonight. Congratulations to Maverick Akers. He is your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. A huge one tonight here for Roseburg, and now the question is, are they heading to one more game coming up next week? We will wait to find out on that one. Taking one last look at your BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update here tonight before we get out of here. BTB Moving, they provide the labor services for your moving needs. So if you need some help getting out of town, give them a call at 541-315-0122 or find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. Oakland Oakers are a league champion tonight. The Oakers getting a win on top of Gold Beach, 32-20 to win the league title, stay undefeated in league, and it might just possibly set them up as the number 2 team in the 2A 9-man state playoffs. Congratulations to Coach Ben Lane and the Oakers on winning back-to-back league titles for Oakland. And also here tonight, let's see here. Did I have any other scores that were finals to pass along to you? It doesn't. Let's see here. I don't think any other ones that we had talked about previously. Earlier we saw it was South Umpqua trailing 14-6 against Cascade Christian at halftime. Lakeview was up 34-0 on Sutherland at halftime. It was North Medford leading 7-0 over South Medford in the third quarter, and at halftime it was Sheldon and West Salem tied at 14. But we got to start packing up to get out of here, so I think I'm going to leave it right there on the BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update. We'll have scoreboard or scores to report to you online at 541radio.com that you can check out there. Coming up later tonight, or sometime here through the weekend, we'll get you kind of all caught up on everything. But the big thing we'll be watching is whether or not Roseburg is going to play again next week. So stay tuned to that at 541radio.com and here on The Score. I want to say thanks to the Grants Pass Cavemen for welcoming us in here tonight. They were great hosts and helped set us up with a great spot to broadcast from and a lot of fun here tonight. So appreciate the Grants Pass Cavemen for the hospitality here this evening. I want to say thanks to Athletic Director Adam Blue and the Roseburg football program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg football here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Maddie Wormwood back in the studio for the radio production here tonight. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll wrap things up there. We'll wait to see whether or not Roseburg's playing again next week. So stay tuned to 541radio.com or make sure you're listening for coverage of Douglas County sports right here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.